Chapter 2661 Innocent Magic Vine. Soon, the ancestors of the origin realm of Longhe have also withdrawn, and will no longer fight with the Shadow Market. Although Shadow Market was very angry, he didn't want to continue to suffer heavy losses, so he naturally withdrew. In this wave, both sides lost a lot of origin realm heavenly ancestors. However, Shadow Market lost more. They lost the Blood Cave magic fruit. During these years, they have been preparing for the cultivation of the Blood Cave magic fruit. As a result, the Blood Cave magic fruit was destroyed, which made them extremely angry. And the most angry is the Lord of Qinghe. This Blood Cave magic fruit is originally for him to eat. If he is lucky, he will break through to the upper realm of origin. But now, there is no hope for a breakthrough. This made him naturally angry, and he wished to enter the Dragon River and kill the Master of Evasion, but unfortunately he did not have the strength. I didn't expect Longhe to really destroy the magic fruit of the Blood Cave in Shadow Market. 1 inch. After Yi Tian heard the news, he was naturally very happy. However, he is not going to continue to trouble the Shadow Market, not because he doesn't want to, but because he is afraid of being seen. At that time, the focus of the Shadow Market is on the east, which is not a good thing. When the strength becomes stronger in the future, then erase the Shadow Market. Yi Tian secretly said. Then, he silently left the Shadow Ruins and returned to the Land of Eternity. Eastern 72 Domains. The primordial ancestor who did not have a Shadow Market attacked and killed the Bone Transformation Realm Tianzu, and gradually returned to calm. The major forces also lifted the blockade and returned to normal life. And from the beginning to the end, they didn't know that Yi Tian had killed a lot of the ancestors of the Shadow Market. Years go by. Another long time has passed. Yi Tian's strength has not improved much, but the strength of the human race sacred pavilion has increased a lot. Many heavenly ancestors who have undergone 9 bone transitions have been born, but there are still no new births of other level geniuses. After all, without his full strength training, other human race geniuses would not be able to become other level geniuses. This day, Yi Tian built an eternal ruins divine formation in the holy pavilion of the human race. The movement was so loud that it directly attracted the attention of other origin realm heavenly ancestors. Ancient Hengshan, the Lord of Jiyu Heng looked in the direction of the holy pavilion of the human race, and his eyes were full of envy. This should be some kind of top-notch original formation, definitely far beyond Tailing's original formation. The Lord of Jiyu Heng can feel the terror of this magic circle, and its power is too powerful. If he can enter into such a magic formation, he can definitely increase his source rules by a large margin, and the speed of his cultivation will be very fast. Unfortunately, he does not have this qualification. Not only Yi Tian, but also many other origin realm heavenly ancestors secretly spied on, but no one dared to invade such a formation. It was courting death. The holy pavilion of the human race. After Yi Tian built the eternal ruins divine array, he let his son Yi Xingqian enter it for enlightenment. In such a formation, Yi Xingqian can definitely easily understand the origin rules of the other side, and can even improve the origin rules of the other side to a certain extent. Subsequently, Yi Xingqian entered the Eternal Ruins Divine Array and went to comprehend and practice. After more than 100 years of the primordial era, Yi Xingqian emerged from the Eternal Ruins Divine Formation, exuding the aura of the origin rules of the other side. Obviously, Yi Xingqian succeeded. Next, Yi Tian plans to train Yi Xingqian to master the complete golden body of the other shore. If successful, he will let Yi Xingqian attack the realm of the ancestors of the origin. Then, his duplicate body has been assisting Yi Xingqian to cultivate a complete golden body on the other side, pulling him back from the brink of fall again and again, and preparing various treasures to restore his body. However, even so, it would take unimaginable years for Yi Xingqian to become a complete golden body on the other side. 100,000 primeval times have passed. Yi Tian's other shore origin rule progressed slowly, and currently it has only risen to 84% of the realm. Although the Eternal Ruins Divine Array could not help him break through the big bottleneck, and after reaching the 80% realm, the effect was very weak, but he built the Eternal Ruins Divine Array many times, relying on long years of hard work, the effect was still somewhat. But, if he wants to comprehend the rules of the origin of the other side to the realm of 89%, it will take a long time, in units of millions of primordial era. If you can get good things like the other side's abyss fruit, then you can quickly improve the other side's source rules. Yi Tian muttered, it's a pity that such an opportunity is too rare, even if there is, it may not be his turn. In order to obtain such a chance, Yi Tian still wandered around in the Wushuo abyss, sacrificing his life time and time again, just to find a chance that would help him. This day, Yi Tian came to an area in the Wugu Abyss, where countless plants were scattered. Each plant was extremely tough, and its defense was absolutely no less than that of the ordinary origin lower realm peak heavenly ancestor. And such plants are everywhere. The outside world has no information about it, and Yi Tian doesn't know where to go. But he sensed that there should be something good here, so he went further. Soon, he saw an extremely terrifying vine plant with countless blood-colored eyes on this vine plant. Originally the vine's eyes were closed, but when Yi Tian approached, the vine's pupils opened. Next moment, his body was instantly pierced by a cane of this vine, and he died immediately. Beyond the unsullied abyss, a copy of Yi Tian's body trembled, revealing a look of shock. What a terrifying vine, its strength is definitely stronger than many Yuan upper realm. Yi Tian secretly said. By duplicating the body, he still found the name of this vine. Open black lens bracket stainless magic vine close black lens bracket. What shocked him even more was that he sensed talents full of question marks from the opponent's body, which meant that his copy talent level was not as high as the opponent's talent level, and he couldn't detect or copy the opponent's talents. Beyond the talent of the ancient class, Yi Tian frowned slightly. He knew that his copying talent had to be upgraded again before he could hope to copy the talent on the other side. Does Windfang Island know about the existence of the unsullied magic vine? Yi Tian was very curious. So, he came to ask the Lord of Qingyan for advice. Qingyan Island, a palace. Yi Tian sat with the Lord of Qingyan, drinking tea and chatting. At first, the two were just chatting, but soon after, Yi Tian mentioned the unsullied magic vine. Lord Qingyan, do you know about the unsullied magic vine? As soon as he heard the Wushu magic vine, the face of the Lord of Qingyan changed drastically. Lord of the Endless, shouldn't you provoke the Wushu magic vine? But soon, the Lord of Qingyan reacted, no, if you really provoke the Wushu magic vine, there is nothing you can do with it. I'm chatting here. Chapter 2662 Innocent Rattan Stone, the cultivation base is improved. The Lord of Qingyan continued. The Wushu magic vine is one of the top overlords of the Wushu Abyss, and even the Lord of the Windfang of Arfengya Island is not an opponent of the Wushu magic vine. There was a good source of strength before. Jing Tianzu tried to provoke the Wushu magic vine, but it never came out. The place where the Wushu magic vine is located is the forbidden area called the Wushu Abyss. The Wushu magic vine is so powerful. Yi Tian originally thought that the Wushu magic vine was only a little more powerful than the Origin High Realm, but now it seems that this is not only a little bit more powerful, but too powerful, and it can kill other Origin High Realm heavenly ancestors. Terror exists. At this time, the Lord of Qingyan said again. Actually, the place where the Wushu demonic vine is located is also a treasure. If the Wushu demonic vine is beheaded, the Wushu demonic essence bred within its body is a priceless treasure. Moreover, there are also immaculate rattan stones born near the immortal vines. These immaculate rattan stones will help us improve the origin of the other side. Unfortunately, it is too difficult to snatch the immortal rattan stones. Yi Tian chatted with the Lord of Qingyan for a long time before they separated. Unscaled rattan stone. Yi Tian is very interested in this treasure. Of course, he is more interested in Wushu vines, but no one can kill Wushu vines, so let's forget it. This day, Yi Tian went to Wugu 420 magic vine again, but this time he did not approach the Wugu magic vine, but dangled nearby. Unexpected. The vines are intertwined, but this is not the innocent demon vine, but a plant called the incorrupt vine, which should be the descendants of the incorrupt demon vine. The strength of this innocent vine is not weak, it has the strength of the ordinary origin middle stage heavenly ancestor, but it is not Yi Tian's opponent. Certainly, Yi Tian didn't think about killing the opponent, otherwise, it would definitely attract the Wushu magic vine. At this time, he thought of a way. If I copy the body of the innocent vine, and then use the identity of the innocent vine to dig up the innocent vine stone, will it be safe? As soon as he thought of this possibility, he was ready to give it a try. He left here first, and then began to replicate the body of the unsullied vine. Soon, an unsullied vine comparable to the Origin Central Realm was copied. The stainless vines can move, but the movement speed is very slow, and if the stainless vines want to cultivate and grow, they must be rooted in the earth and absorb the energy in the earth to grow. Because of this, the unsullied vines here, CJFJ, including the unsullied magic vines, will not move. This is the best place for them to grow up. Next, Yi Tian moved slowly with this unsullied vine. The wisdom of these innocent vines is not high, and the wisdom of the innocent magic vine is estimated to be not much higher. He is naturally not afraid that this duplicated body will be discovered. Even if the two vines have the same aura and origin, they will not attract attention. So, he moved slowly like this, approaching the unsullied magic vine. Really, when he approached the unsullied magic vine did not attack it either. Now, Wusho magic vine continued to practice with his eyes closed, and was not aware of everything in the world. The unsullied vine stone should be underground near the unsullied magic vine. I'll try to dig it. Yi Tian manipulated the vines of the unsullied vine to copy the body into the ground and began to look for the unsullied vine stone. Time passed little by little. Finally, he found the unsullied vine stone. Found it. Yi Tian's vines grabbed an unscaled vine stone and returned. Then, he continued to search, and the vine continued to extend. As time passed, more and more unscaled vine stones were found by him. If you are lucky, you can find dozens of unscaled rattan stones in one place. After a while, Yi Tian has already obtained 1,000 immaculate vine stones, so he started to move slowly, left here, handed these immaculate vine stones to his real body, and then quickly escaped from here, for fear that he would be immortalized by immortality. The magic vine was caught and killed. In this case, the efforts of this period of time will be in vain. Fortunately, the unsullied magic vine still hadn't been discovered, and he successfully took these unsullied vine stones out. Tooth Island. Yi Tian came back, and then began to use the immaculate rattan stone to refine and enhance his own origin. It has to be said that the effect of the unscaled rattan stone is really good. With the help of Wugu vine stone, Yi Tian's source on the other side has gradually grown, and his strength has gradually improved. A stain-free rattan stone is enough for Yi Tian to cultivate for a period of time in the primordial era. After 1,000 years of the primordial era, the 1,000 unstained rattan stones were all exhausted. At this time, his origins on the other side have grown a lot. After, Yi Tian went to the Wusho abyss again, and obtained more Wusho vine stones from the cloned body of the Wusho vines. This time the number of Wusho vines reached more than 10,000. But, it is not easy to obtain the stainless vine stone later. Many of the stainless vine stone are under the root system of the stainless magic vine, and it is easy to anger the stainless magic vine. Before, he accidentally touched the Wusho magic vine, disturbed his cultivation, and was directly taught a lesson by the Wusho magic vine. Although he was not killed, he was injured. These more than 10,000 immaculate rattan stones are enough for me to practice more than 10,000 primordial era, and there may be hope for me to enter the later stage of the primordial middle realm. 1. Yi Tian muttered. Before you know it, another 10,000 years of the primordial era have passed. At this time, his cultivation had indeed entered the late stage of the origin middle realm. He went to test it, and the source of the other shore had already reached the level of 320,000. When the origin of the other side reaches 100,000, it is the middle stage of the origin, and if it reaches 300,000, it is the late stage of the origin. Although he has reached the late stage of the origin middle realm, he is still far away from the Lord of Baidu, Lord of Qingyan, and the other island owners. The source of their other shore absolutely released close to 1 million, and even reached the level of 1 million. In addition, they will also have the supreme skill of the other side, mastering the complete golden body of the other side, and their combat power is very terrifying. Yi Tian's only advantage is that he has mastered the middle-class treasure, while the lords of the White Capital definitely do not have the treasure. But even so, his current strength is still a little worse than that of the Lord of Qingyan. Now I can continuously obtain the unscaled vine stones, even if it is more difficult to obtain later. If I search slowly, I can still find a lot, and the improvement of the source of the other side is not a problem. Yi Tian thought to himself. However, what he wants to do most now is not to improve the source of the other side, but to find treasures that can upgrade the copy talent. Chapter 2663 Copy Talent and then Upgrade. Knowing that there are higher level talents on top of the copy talents, he naturally looks forward to upgrading the copy talents. If the copy talent can be upgraded, his potential in future will be even more immeasurable. Perhaps there is a treasure that can help me replicate the talent upgrade in the Wusho abyss. Yi Tian thought to himself. So, he is going to search for more in the abyss of the Unsullied. Maybe one day he will be able to find such a treasure. Unsullied Abyss. Yi Tian will spend endless years in the future, just to find treasures that can upgrade his copying talent. He didn't look for resources, he went to a spotless abyss area, and if he didn't attract the copy talent, he would just leave. In this way, it won't take him too long to search the entire Wugu abyss, and the 100,000 primordial era can definitely do it. In the following years, Yi Tian was slowly searching in the Wugu abyss, and he had to visit every place. During this period, he naturally provoked many terrifying creatures that were comparable to the primordial upper realm in the Wushu abyss, and were killed again and again. However, he didn't care at all. If he was killed, he would make another copy of the body and continue to explore. In this way, one Taiku era has passed. Yi Tian didn't know how many times his clone body fell, but he never gave up. 10,000 primordial era, 20,000 primordial era, 30,000 primordial era. Finally, after 60,000 years of the primordial era, Yi Tian sensed an attraction in a certain area of the Wugu abyss, which was a certain treasure that was attracting his own copy talent. Found it. Yi Tian was very excited. He sneaked in cautiously. Unexpected, a black vortex emerged, sucking him directly into it. Next moment, his body shattered and turned into nothingness. Beyond the unsullied abyss, Yi Tian's other copy body frowned slightly. What a terrifying creature, it killed me in seconds. From the duplication talent exploration, that black vortex is a special kind of creature, vortex behemoth. The vortex giant beast that attacked him was very powerful, and it should be no less than the ordinary origin upper realm heavenly ancestor. He did not rush into that area again, but went to investigate, what exactly is this area? Innocent Island. Yi Tian inquired carefully here, and even bought some information, and finally knew where the vortex giant beast was. Blacktooth Mountain. This is the site of the whirlpool monster. The strength of the vortex giants may not be as good as that of the Wushu magic vine, but there are quite a few vortex giants, and there are dozens of vortex giants that are comparable to the origin upper realm. It can be said that the Black Yacht Mountain is extremely terrifying, and the primordial upper realm dare not go there. Knowing the strength of the vortex giant beasts in the Black Yacht Mountain, Yi Tian would not be foolish to directly break into the Black Yacht Mountain to grab the treasure. He is not afraid of falling, but if he destroys the treasure, he will regret to death. You can only choose to copy a vortex giant beast in the middle realm of origin, then sneak in there as a vortex giant beast, and bring that treasure out. It was the only good way he could think of. Subsequently, Yi Tian approached Black Yacht Mountain, looking for the vortex behemoth in the middle realm of origin. After trying again and again, he finally encountered a vortex behemoth in the middle realm of origin. Copy vortex behemoth. A whirlpool giant beast in the origin middle realm was slowly copied by Yi Tian. Then, Yi Tian sneaked into the Black Yacht Mountain as a copy of the vortex giant beast. The giant whirlpool body also has the imprint of the copy talent, and it can also sense the location of the treasure. He moved slowly, not being seen by the other whirlpool behemoths. Gradually, he approached the treasure. Finally, he came to the depths of Black Yacht Mountain. Here, he saw the treasure. It was a long vine of fluorescent color, which looked very extraordinary. However, there is no whirlpool beast guarding here. There is no whirlpool beast guarding it, which means that the whirlpool beast doesn't pay attention to this long vine. Yi Tian grabbed the long vine, gently dragged it, and took it away. At this time, the other vortex giants did not come, which made him relieved. If other vortex giant beasts came to stop it, it would be troublesome, and a battle would break out, resulting in the destruction of this long vine. After, he moved slowly and left here, away from the Black Yacht Mountain. Only then did he hand over this long vine to the real copy body and let the real copy body leave the Wugu abyss. For flowers, beyond the unsullied abyss. When Yi Tian came out of Wugu abyss, he breathed a sigh of relief. At this point, he felt a little safer. Then, he quickly returned to Winfang Island. Soon after, he returned to Fengya Island, and then began to refine this fluorescent-colored vine. Boom! This long vine was swallowed by Yi Tian and then refined. Suddenly, a wonderful energy poured into the copy talent. Soon, the copying talent began to change, and the pain also hit. However, he forcibly held back. After a long time, the copy talent upgrade was completed. The copy talent has been upgraded successfully, and it should be possible to copy the talent of the unsullied magic vine. 0. Yi Tian said excitedly. Immediately afterwards, he replaced all the other duplicate bodies, so that all duplicate bodies were upgraded. Unsullied Abyss. A copy of Yi Tian's body is close to the innocent magic vine, ready to copy the talent of the innocent magic vine. Soon, he approached the unsullied magic vine. Boom! The Wushu magic vine sensed the approach of the outsider and shot directly. Puff! A cane of the Wushu demon vine directly penetrated Yi Tian's body, killing Yi Tian in seconds. However, Yi Tian still managed to spy on and replicate the talent of the unsullied magic vine. Ancestral Fu of the other shore, puncture. Ancestral Fu of the Other Shore, Life Regeneration. The talent above the ancient ancestors, the other shore level ancestors, the Wushu magic vine directly has too, no wonder it is so powerful. Yi Tian muttered. After, Yi Tian copied and merged these two other side level ancestral Fu, and became his other level ancestral Fu. The Wugu Abyss is not limited to these two other shore level ancestors. The other top overlord creatures in the Wugu Abyss all have other level ancestors. I copied all their other level ancestors. Then, Yi Tian's cloned bodies approached these top overlords one by one. Although they were killed every time, they also copied one after another of the other side level ancestors. With the increase of his other shore level ancestry, his potential and foundation are strengthened. And soon, he discovered another benefit of the other shore level ancestry, which was the real chance corpse. Chapter 2664, The Peak of the Origin of the Middle Realm. It is much easier for me to comprehend the rules of the origin of the other shore now than it was in the past. After Yi Tian discovered this change, he was extremely shocked. He knew that this must have something to do with the other shore level ancestors. He has a lot of other shore level ancestors, which makes it extremely easy for him to comprehend the rules of the source of the other shore. It's easier for me to comprehend the source rules of the other side. If I use the Eternal Ruins God Array to comprehend the rules of the source of the other side, the progress of the rules of the other side's source will definitely be much faster than that. Maybe it won't take too long to comprehend the rules of the source of the other side to 89%. Realm 1. If he really reached the realm of 89%, then with the help of the stainless rattan stone, it would be enough to raise the origin of the other shore to a level close to 1 million. At that time, his strength will definitely be no less than that of the Lord of Qingyan. If he uses the treasure of the other side, his combat power is estimated to be higher than that of the Lord of Qingyan. Soon, 420, he built another Eternal Ruins Divine Formation on Fengya Island, and then entered the Eternal Ruins Divine Formation to comprehend the rules of the origin of the other shore. In the past, it was almost difficult for him to make progress when he comprehended the rules of the origin of the other shore. But now, he clearly feels progress. And just like that, the long years passed. Yi Tian built the Eternal Ruins Divine Array time and time again, the frequency of which made the Lord of Qingyan dumbfounded. They didn't know where Yi Tian got so much Ruins God gold, but they didn't ask too much. This day, Yi Tian had just left the customs when the Lord of Qingyan came to chat with him. Lord of Endless, do you want to build the Eternal Ruins God formation again? The Lord of Qingyan asked. Yes, Yi Tian nodded. The Lord of Qingyan persuaded. Lord of the Endless, your other side origin rules should have broken more than 80% of the realm. If you continue to use the Eternal Ruins God Array to comprehend, the other side origin rules are almost impossible to progress. You can only waste those market God gold. You might as well keep those market God gold, and trade with some of the top powers in the central region, and you may be able to trade resources that are helpful to you. Lord Qingyan, what you said makes sense, but I'm still progressing at a good rate. Yi Tian said. Is the progress okay? The Lord of Qingyan was surprised. What realm has your other shore origin rules reached? 80%. Yi Tian's words directly shocked the Lord of Qingyan. He couldn't believe it. Yi Tian practiced for such a short period of time. Even if there is an Eternal Ruins Divine Array, after the other side's source rules reach the 80% realm, how difficult it is to improve. Even the Eternal Ruins Divine Formation would be difficult to help Yi Tian make progress. He has cultivated for countless years, and he has obtained amazing opportunities. Only this can improve the rules of the source of the other side to 89%. How could Yi Tian improve so fast? It's incredible. He didn't know what to say, so he changed the subject directly. After chatting for a while, the two separated. After, Yi Tian built an Eternal Ruins God Array and began to understand the rules of the origin of the other shore. And just like that, the long years passed. 88. 89. At this time, Yi Tian's realm of the origin of the other side is comparable to that of the Lord of Qingyan. However, his origin of the other side is only more than 700,000, and his cultivation base is still a little worse than that of the Lord of Qingyan. However, he still has the middle-level treasure and the top-level supreme technique, which is his advantage. Although the Lord of Qingyan has created the supreme technique of the other side, there is a high probability that he has not created the top technique of the other side. In terms of strength, he may have surpassed the Lord of Qingyan. Of course, he did not challenge the Lord of Qingyan either. In the years that followed, Yi Tian collected more treasures that would help improve his own origin. In addition to the unscaled vine stone, he found another resource. Open black lens bracket Eternal Ruins Gangstone close black lens bracket. This resource is occupied by the Wugu Ruins Wolf clan in the Wugu Abyss. This clan is terrifyingly powerful. There are 6 primordial upper realm powerhouses, and the weakest one is the Wusho upper realm, second only to Wugu, the top overlord of the Abyss. The Eternal Ruins Gangstone is in their territory. This kind of resource is of little use to the Wugu Ruins Wolf clan, but it is difficult for other Origin Realm heavenly ancestors to snatch this kind of resource from this clan. But, Yi Tian relied on the ability to copy his body, easily copied a Wusho Ruins Wolf, let the Wusho Ruins Wolf clone his body to sneak into the Wusho Ruins Wolf clan, and then slowly collected the Eternal Ruins Astral Stone. Relying on this method, he collected a lot of Eternal Ruins Gangstones. Certainly, the effect of the Eternal Ruins Gangstone is definitely not as good as that of the Unsullied Vines, but it is worse than the amount. Relying on the massive Eternal Ruins Astral Stone, his origin on the other side has progressed faster. Years passed, and unknowingly, 200,000 primordial era years passed. Relying on such a long period of hard work, Yi Tian's source on the other side is finally approaching 1 million. Yi Tian decided that once his source on the other side reached 1 million, he would apply to become an island owner of Fengya Island. Before you know it, tens of thousands of primordial era years have passed. Yi Tian's other side origin finally reached 1 million. Of course, his other side origin rules break through according to the 9 realms. After all, the origin rules of the other shore range from 80% to 90%. This is a huge shackle, and it is not so easy to break through. The origin of the other side reaches 1 million, which means that his cultivation has entered the peak of the middle realm of origin. At this moment, his strength skyrocketed a lot. Fengya Island, Fengya Temple. The 4 origin ancestors, the Lord of the Wind Fang, the Lord of the Ice Rain, the Lord of the Sound of the Chin, and the Lord of the Profound Cave, gathered here. At this time, the Lord of Ice Rain said, "Everyone, the Lord of Endless applies to become the island owner of Fengya Island." Lord of the Endless. The Lord of Dongshuan frowned slightly. "I remember this was a little guy from Frozen Rain Island in the past, and it hasn't been long since he joined our Windfang Island." "Yes," the Lord of Ice and Rain responded. Cave 5.9 Xuanji's master said, "It hasn't been long since he joined our Fengya Island, and he has not been in the middle realm for a long time. His strength is qualified to apply for the position of the island owner of the sub-island." Even the original owner of Qingyan also did not apply to become the owner of the island, or did you become the master of the ice and rain, and then you gave him the act of the owner of the island? And what is the owner of the Endless? The Lord of Frozen Rain said, "The Lord of Endless is indeed qualified to apply to become the island lord of the Fen Island. I have seen his strength." "What is the strength of the Infinity Lord?" The Lord of Windfang was curious. The Lord of Frozen Rain did not hide it, and said, "The source rules of the other side of the Endless Lord have reached 80% of the realm, and the cultivation base has reached the peak of the middle realm of the origin, and he also has a complete golden body of the other side, and he has also created the top side of the other side." Supreme Art. Chapter 2665 Become the owner of the sub-island. The Endless Lord is so strong now. The Lord of Windfang and the others were shocked. "I am also surprised, but the current strength of the Infinity Lord is like this." The Lord of Frozen Rain said, "If this is the case, then the Lord of Endless is indeed qualified to hold the position of the island owner of a sub-island." The Lord of Windfang said, "However, the Lord of Endless is not qualified after all, and it has not been a long time to join Fengya Island. I am afraid there are many the island owner and even the members of the primordial middle realm were not convinced." "They are not convinced, they can challenge the Lord of Infinity. This is also the rule of Fengya Island." The Lord of Frozen Rain said, "Okay, then it's settled, let's spread the news first." The Way of the Wind Fang. Soon, all the ancestors in the middle realm of Fengya Island knew that Yi Tian was about to become the island owner of a branch island, and all the ancestors in the middle realm of the origin were immediately stunned. And the other side genius who came to Fengya Island with Yi Tian at the beginning was even more dumbfounded. Among these other level geniuses, there are still a few who have not yet broken through to become the ancestors of the primordial realm, and still want to cultivate the golden body of the other side to 100% of the body. Even if it is not a complete golden body of the other side, it does not matter. Because of this, they have not chosen to break through. Results 29, they were still in the heavenly ancestor realm 9 times bone transformation realm, but Yi Tian was about to become an island owner. His status and strength far surpassed them. This was a blow to stimulate them. Certainly, they were just jealous, but some of the origin middle realm heavenly ancestors were annoyed. Before, the veteran Qingyan lord became the island owner of the sub-island, and he was questioned and unconvinced by some primordial middle-level ancestors. In the end, the Qingyan lord still defeated the other primordial middle-level ancestors abruptly. The owner of Ice Rain Island. In short, without showing strength, others are not convinced. After all, the treatment of the island owner far exceeds that of other origin and middle realm ancestors, and they naturally want to become the island owner of the sub-island. Soon, some origin ancestors, including some island owners, have come to see the Lord of Wind Fang and them, narrating unfair and unconvincing words. Among them, the one who took the lead was the heavenly ancestor of the primordial middle realm, the Lord of Ziyang. The Lord of Ziyang had previously competed with the Lord of Qingyan for the position of the island Lord of Ice Rain Island but was defeated. In this regard, he is very convinced. After all, the Lord of Qingyan belongs to the old-fashioned origins central heavenly ancestor in Fengya Island, but he is very low-key, and his qualifications are not a problem. Not an opponent, but also surrender. But, what is Yi Tian? How long has it been since he joined Fengya Island? Some origins middle-stage heavenly ancestors have only heard of this name, and have never seen Yi Tian at all, thinking that Yi Tian is a newcomer. The Lord of Wind Fang saw that these origin central realms were not convinced, and said, "If you are not convinced, you can challenge the Lord of Endless." "Lord Fengya Island Lord, I want to challenge the Infinity Lord." The Lord of Ziyang said immediately. "It is good." The Lord of Wind Fang agreed. Soon, Yi Tian came here, and saw these origin middle realm heavenly ancestors and a few Wind Island masters. Among them, the Lord of Baidu and the Lord of Qingyan were naturally present, but they were just watching the excitement and did not participate. "Lord of the Endless, you want to apply to become the island owner of the sub-island. We have agreed, but they do not agree. You need to defeat them," the Lord of Wind Fang said. "Master Fengya Island, I understand." Yi Tian nodded. Immediately, he and the Lord of Ziyang stood above the void, and the Lord of Wind Fang and the others opened the magic circle, so as not to affect other parts of Wind Fang Island. Boom! The Lord of Ziyang showed the breadth of the top origin middle realm, and the origin of the other shore definitely reached the level of more than 900,000. Moreover, he has also trained the complete golden body of the other side, and his strength is very powerful. The supreme technique of the other shore, the light of Yangyang. The dazzling light turned into a thread and slashed towards Yi Tian. This supreme technique on the other side seems to be able to cut through everything, and its attack power is naturally very powerful. At this time, Yi Tian used the supreme technique of the other side, the technique of not breaking the golden cover, which forcibly blocked the light of the other side of the Lord of Ziyang, the supreme technique of the other side. Immediately after, Yi Tian used the other side's supreme technique, the stupendous light, and instantly approached the Lord of Ziyang. Next moment, he used the top other side's supreme technique, the other side's annihilation technique, and directly slashed the body of the Lord of Ziyang. The Lord of Ziyang has also practiced the supreme technique of the other side of the defense class, but it is not the supreme technique of the other side. Puff! The light of the other side's annihilation technique directly penetrated the body of the Lord of Ziyang, causing heavy damage to his body. "Are you still fighting?" Yi Tian said lightly. "Complete the golden body of the other side, at least 89% of the source rules of the other side, and the top technique of the other side, and the cultivation base has also reached the peak of the origin." In a short time of fighting, the Lord of Ziyang could see these things. The other ancestors in the middle realm who were watching also saw it, and they were all stunned. Yi Tian has only joined Fengya Island in such a short time, and he has made such terrifying progress. It is rumored that the Infinite Lord often uses the Eternal Ruins divine formation, and that's why the progress is so fast. There is a guess from the ancestors of the Origin's middle realm. The Ungshu divine array has no way to let Yi Tian master the top other side supreme technique. Yi Tian can create the sharp other side supreme technique, this. "I surrender." The Lord of Ziyang lowered his head, feeling very embarrassed. 420. This time, it was even more embarrassing than the last time. Last time, he failed to challenge the Lord of Qingyan, but it was only a narrow defeat. This time, he was crushed by the Lord of Endless, and it was a shame. Seeing that the Lord of Ziyang was defeated in seconds, the other ancestors in the middle realm gave up the challenge one by one. With Yi Tian's current strength, even some sub-island owners are not opponents, so he is naturally qualified to be a certain sub-island owner. The strength of the Infinity Lord has surpassed me. The Lord of Qingyan secretly sighed. Once upon a time, Yi Tian asked him for advice again and again, but in such a short time, he had to look up to Yi Tian. And the Lord of White Capital was also extremely surprised. Yi Tian's growth rate was too terrifying. At the beginning, he personally brought Yi Tian over, and he also witnessed Yi Tian's growth. A junior, in a short period of time, has become the powerhouse of their batch. The change is too great. Is there still an ancestor of the Origin Realm who wants to challenge the Infinite Lord? Asked the Lord of Wind Fang. One of the ancestors of the Origin and the Middle Realm stopped talking, all of them shut up, and they didn't dare to challenge. Seeing this, the Lord of Wind Fang said, "Then, the Lord of Endless will be a new island owner of Wind Fang Island. I have seen the Endless Island Master." One of the origins of the Middle Realm Tianzu politely said. In this way, Yi Tian became a sub-island owner of Fengya Island. Chapter 2666 90% of the other side origin rules. Yi Tian became the owner of the sub-island, and naturally he had to give it to an island. At present, there are only 3 islands in Fengya Island that do not have island owners. Although they are also treasures, there is nothing on them. Fengya Island needs to be arranged and constructed before it can be handed over to Yi Tian as an island station. Subsequently, Yi Tian picked it up and chose one of the islands. Just like this island, it will be called the Endless Island from now on. Yi Tian said. Afterwards, the Lord of Wind Fang and the others personally arranged the formation for Yi Tian, and Yi Tian himself also participated in it. After a lot of materials were consumed, the Endless Island was laid out. There are many palaces and jade buildings on top of them, but unfortunately there is only Yi Tian on the Endless Island. The Lord of Wind Fang and the Lord of Ice Rain are in front of the 4 primordial upper realm. Yi Tian is standing here. Lord of Endless, you have become the island owner of the sub-island, and some of the treatment that belongs to the island owner has to be told to you. The Lord of Wind Fang said. Yi Tian was looking forward to it. He wants to become the island owner of the sub-island, not just for face, but mainly for treatment. First of all, the resource treasure land industry. The owner of Wind Fang waved his hand, and a map appeared, which recorded the location of countless treasure land. Our Fengya Island has a lot of treasures. These locations are all the industries where each island can obtain some resource treasures, which is also a steady stream of resources. You can choose 100 resource treasures, and the resources that these resource treasures will be born in the future. All are endless islands. These resource treasures are all hidden with formations, and there is no Origin Realm Heavenly Ancestor to guard them. You'd better keep it a secret and don't tell other Origin Realm Heavenly Ancestors. Otherwise, if it is exposed, you will have to send someone to guard it later. Already. Subsequently, Yi Tian chose 100 resource treasures, and it was settled like this. These resources are nothing, most of them are ordinary resources, they are not helpful to Yi Tian, and they are only to provide resources for the other level geniuses who joined the Endless Island later. Yi Tian is not for this resource. At this time, the Lord of Wind Fang added, every island owner can obtain a treasure that helps to improve the rules of the origin of the other side, which is not as good as the abyss fruit of the other side, but the value will not be low too. Wow, a golden leaf appeared in his hand. This is the golden leaf of the origin of the other side, which comes from the golden tree of the origin of the other side. The golden tree of the origin of the other side is the most precious opportunity of our Fengya Island. Its leaves can help to understand the origin rules of the other side, and it has a certain impact on 90% of the origin rules of the other side's help. This golden leaf of the origin of the other side can help you to understand the 10,000 primordial era. You can take it. I hope you can use it to break the shackles and improve the rule of the origin of the other side to the realm of 90%. Yi Tian took over this piece of the other side's source gold leaf and was in a good mood. He feels that he now possesses many other level ancestral gifts, his talent has soared, and he can quickly comprehend the qualifications of the other side source rules. With this golden leaf of the other side source, he can almost 100% break the shackles and raise the other side source rules to 90%. The Lord of Qingyan and the others should have obtained the golden leaf of the other shore origin at the beginning, but there is a high probability that they did not succeed in breaking through. Yi Tian thought to himself. Subsequently, the Lord of Wind Fang and the others have given other treatments, such as more inheritance secrets are open to him, and the authority is higher. Endless Island. Yi Tian came here and lived in his own palace. Today, this island belongs to him, and there are many treasures on it, which breed a lot of resources all the time. It is possible to let my son enter here to practice. Yi Tian muttered. With his current status, he can directly make Yi Xingqian come over, and he only needs to talk to other island owners. The Realm of Blood, the holy pavilion of the human race. Yi Tian notified Yi Xingqian to come back. Soon, Yi Xingqian came back from a certain territory. Father, Yi Xingchen shouted respectfully. Son, I have become the owner of a branch of Fengya Island, and I'm going to let you join Fengya Island. Yi Tian said. Yi Xingchen naturally knew what the island owner of Fengya Island represented, and was immediately shocked. Father, you are really amazing. Without saying a word, he directly agreed. Immediately after, Yi Tian took Yi Xingchen to Fengya Island and sent him to Fengya Island. That's it, Yi Xingchen became a member of Fengya Island and joined his endless island. The years that followed, Yi Xingchen practiced silently on Fengya Island, enjoying the many benefits and treatments that Yi Tian gave him. After Yi Tian also entered the Eternal Ruins God formation, he used the golden leaf of the source of the other side to cultivate and understand the rules of the source of the other side, and strive to break the shackles as soon as possible. One immemorial era has passed. 1,000 primordial eras. Era, 3,000 primordial eras. Before you know it, 8,000 years of the primordial era have passed. At this time, the other side's source golden leaf was almost consumed, and Yi Tian finally broke the shackles. Boom, his other side origin rules have stepped from 80% to 90% realm, and this breakthrough, the other side origin has improved a lot, and the other side origin rules are also much stronger. He originally thought that 90% of the other side origin rules were only a little stronger than 80% of the other side origin rules, but the result was a qualitative improvement. And his origin on the other side has also skyrocketed. He went to test it and found that his source on the other side had reached the level of 1.2 million. Yi Tian is very clear that 1 million yuan is only a minimum requirement for impacting Yuanxi upper realm. If you really use this kind of yuan to attack Yuanxi yuan, the possibility of failure is too great. It is said that the origin rules of the other side of the Lord of the White Capital have reached the realm of 92%, and the origin of the other side is more than 1.5 million. Even so, the breakthrough has failed. I will definitely improve the origin of the other side. Yes, there is hope for a breakthrough. 1. Yi Tian muttered to himself. After the origin rules of the other shore broke through to the 90% realm, he originally thought that he would realize the origin rules of the other shore faster, but the result was still extremely difficult, as if he had fallen into a bottleneck again. Subsequently, as soon as he chatted with other island owners, he knew that after 90% of the realm of the origin of the other side, every realm was a shackle. 90% to 91 are shackles, and 91 to 92 are also fetters. Like the master of the White Capital, the few top-notch island masters are all in the 90% realm, 90% realm or 90% realm, and it is difficult to continue to break through. Like the original Lord of Ice and Rain, he is really too evil. The origin rules of the other shore have reached 90% of the realm, the complete golden body of the other shore and the top of the other side have all reached the realm of peak attainments, and they have also obtained great opportunities. This is a lucky breakthrough. Chapter 2667 Get another golden leaf of the other side. After the other side's source rule reached the 90% realm, Yi Tian's strength increased greatly. In the years that followed, he began to work hard to create more top-notch other side supreme techniques, so that he could improve his strength. After a period of time, Yi Tian perfected the other side's supreme technique, which does not break the golden cover, to the top of the other side's supreme technique, and his power increased greatly. In the same way, he also perfected the other side's supreme technique, the tricky light, into a top-level other side supreme technique. As a result, Yi Tian's strength naturally improved a little. However, it is a bit difficult for him to raise the other side's source rules from 90% to 90%, and it will take a long time before he can hope to break through. If I can get the golden leaf of the source of the other side again, I may be able to raise the rules of the source of the other side to 90% earlier. Yi Tian secretly said. But it is a pity that this kind of golden leaf from the other side is too precious, and he has become the island owner of the sub-island before he is eligible to receive a piece of it as a reward. Fengya Island will not give him a second piece, unless he has made great contributions to Fengya Island or his qualifications are too deep, then he can hope to get another piece as a reward. Or I can take some treasures that are conducive to improving the strength of the original upper realm, and exchange them for another piece of the other side of the original golden leaf from the hands of the Lord of Wind Fang. Yi 420 days felt that this possibility was still there. At this time, he thought of Ruins God Jin. Ruins God Gold can not only be used to build the Eternal Ruins God Array, but also can be used to upgrade the treasure on the other side. The inferior treasure of the other side can be upgraded to the middle treasure of the other side with tens of thousands of Ruins God Gold, and the value of the Ruins God Gold is still very high. It's just that he has too much Ruins God Gold, builds the Eternal Ruins God formation again and again, doesn't care about the ruins god gold at all, and uses it frantically, so he feels that the ruins god gold is not of high value. And even if some primordial upper realm has obtained the treasures of the other side, it is estimated that they are only low-level treasures of the other side, and they definitely need the gold of the gods of the market. Then use the ruins god gold to exchange for a piece of the other side's source gold leaf. Yi Tian decided. Subsequently, he contacted the Lord of Ice Rain, whom he was most familiar with. The palace of the Lord of Ice and Rain. Yi Tian came to visit the Lord of Ice Rain. Lord of the Ice Rain. Yi Tian said respectfully. Lord of Endless, what can you do to me? The Lord of Frozen Rain asked. At this time, Yi Tian directly stated his intention. Lord of Frozen Rain, can I exchange some ruins god gold for a piece of the other side's source gold leaf? Exchanging ruins god gold for the gold leaf of the other shore. The Lord of Frozen Rain frowned slightly. Lord of the Endless, the golden leaf of the origin of the other side is very rare, and the golden tree of the origin of the other side takes a long time to be born. If the number of island owners is enough, it may not be enough. Precious, but this rule is not easy to break. Once the rules are broken, other island owners also want to exchange for the golden leaf of the other shore, so how can Fengya Island get it? Yi Tian said. Lord of Frozen Rain, the rules are indeed not easy to break, but other origin realm heavenly ancestors can't get the amount of ruin god gold I gave. Can you discuss with the Lord of Wind Fang and them, a piece of origin gold how much ruins god gold does ye need? Just say a number and I'll take it out. The Lord of Frozen Rain knew that Yi Tian had a lot of ruin god gold, so this must not be bragging. So she said, okay, let me discuss it with them. Subsequently, Yi Tian returned to Endless Island, and the Lord of Ice Rain contacted the Lord of Wind Fang to discuss this matter. At the meeting, the Lord of the Profound Cave said, the Lord of Ice Rain, the Lord of Endless wants the golden leaf of the other shore, which is against the rules. The Lord of Wind Fang also frowned slightly, it is indeed against the rules. The Lord of Frozen Rain said Yi Tian's request. The Lord of Endless said that he is willing to give us the amount of ruin god gold that satisfies us, we can say any number. The Lord of Chinyan was surprised. Does the Lord of Endless have so much ruins god gold? The Lord of Ice Rain said. He really has a lot of ruins god gold, anyway, he often builds the eternal ruins god formation. Feng Yajit CJFJ said. The ruins god gold is really useful to us, my other side treasure is still inferior, if I have enough ruins god gold, I can upgrade my other side treasure. Does the Lord of Wind Fang mean to agree to the request of the Lord of Endless? Asked the Lord of Frozen Rain. The Lord of Wind Fang was silent for a while. If he can take out 300,000 ruins god gold, then agree, everyone can upgrade their own treasures on the other side. 1. 300,000 ruins god gold, is this too exaggerated? The master of the piano sound was surprised. The Lord of Endless let us say a random number. If he can't do it, he won't be able to get the golden leaf of the other side. Besides, we must raise the requirements a little bit, otherwise other island owners will use this as an excuse to exchange for the other side. The original golden leaf, the Lord of Wind Fang said. The Lord of Dongshuan also agreed. In this way, the four heavenly ancestors of the origin and upper realm settled on this matter. Subsequently, the Lord of Ice Rain went to reply Yi Tian. 300,000 pieces of ruins god gold. 1. This amount is indeed terrifying, and its total value far exceeds that of a golden leaf from the other side. However, he needs the golden leaf of the source of the other shore now. But Yi Tian doesn't have as much as 300,000 ruins god gold, he only has 200,000. So, Yi Tian asked the Lord of Ice Rain and the others to wait for some days, he needed to collect the gold of the ruins. That's it. In the following days, Yi Tian was looking for ruins god gold in Wugu to gather the needed ruins god gold. Years go by, one by one the ancient epochs have passed. This day, Yi Tian successfully collected 300,000 pieces of ruins god gold, and then went to find the Lord of Ice Rain with 300,000 pieces of ruin god gold. Lord of Endless, you have collected 300,000 ruins god gold so quickly. The Lord of Frozen Rain wondered if Yi Tian had found a super large gold mine of the God of Ruins, and had been mining there. Soon, the Lord of Frozen Rain took a piece of the other side's source golden leaf and gave it to Yi Tian. Yi Tian also dedicated 300,000 pieces of ruins god gold to Fengya Island. After obtaining the golden leaf of the other shore source, Yi Tian went back and continued to practice in seclusion. Certainly, he didn't use the other side source golden leaf immediately, he was about to break through to the 90% of the other side source rule and got into a bottleneck, and then use the other side source gold leaf, thus breaking the shackles and breaking through to the 90% other side source rule realm. Time has passed, and 100,000 Taiku era years have passed. At this time, Yi Tian's other side source rules once again entered the bottleneck. At this time, Yi Tian built an eternal ruins divine array, entered it to retreat and cultivate it, and took out the golden leaf of the source of the other side, and began to attack the rule of the source of the other side of 90%. Chapter 2668 Invitation of the Lord of White Capital. With this golden leaf of the origin of the other side, Yi Tian has a deeper and deeper understanding of the rules of the origin of the other side. Gradually, the bottleneck of the other side's source rules loosened. This day, the other side of the source of cultivation has broken through the rules, and has stepped from the 90% realm to the 90% one realm. With just such a little progress, the source of the other shore skyrocketed. In addition, he has been using various resources to improve his other side origin, and now his other side origin may be very close to 1.5 million. After stabilizing the realm, Yi Tian went to the other shore origin monument to test it. Open black lens bracket 1.42 million close black lens bracket. The source of the other shore has made great progress, and I am not far from the cultivation of the Lord of the White Capital. Yi Tian said excitedly. But in terms of real combat power, he has surpassed the Lord of the White Capital. With my current strength on the entire Fengya Island, it is definitely the most powerful origin middle realm heavenly ancestor, second only to the 4 originating upper realm heavenly ancestors. But this kind of strength is placed in the entire eternity beyond, it is not worth mentioning. The years that followed, Yi Tian has been using various resources to improve his own source of the other side. Although the progress is slow, but the long years have passed, the source of the other side is still improving little by little. And his other side origin rules are also improving a little bit. Compared with other origin, the speed of his progress is simply terrifying. Even the Lord of Baidu and the Lord of Qingyan are far less than his improvement. There are many opportunities for the source Haihei, and the Wushuo Abyss is only an area of the source Haihei. Like Yi Tian, who often searched for treasures and opportunities in the Wugu Abyss, but the Lord of the White Capital seldom went to the Wugu Abyss. This day, the Lord of the White Capital came to a strange treasure in the source Haihei, and the Lord of the White Capital named it the True Insect World. The real insect world is like a world, isolated from the river water of the source Haihei, and deep inside the mountain range at the bottom of the river, it is very hidden. If it wasn't for an accident, the Lord of the White Capital would not have been able to find this true insect realm. There are many strange bugs in the true insect world, and these bugs are extremely tough, comparable to the body of the 9-bone transformation, and there are many. If it were just 9-bone transitions, the Lord of the White City would kill them like killing ants. But there are still bugs that are comparable to the origin realm in the true insect realm, and these bugs are very difficult to kill, and there are many of them. Among them, there are bugs that are comparable to the top origin central realm. The Lord of the White Capital invaded this true insect world many times, but he failed to capture it, and every time he was injured and fled. If it was an ordinary treasure, he would ignore it, but this true insect realm had a lot of resources, and it also possessed a treasure that made his heart flutter, the other side insect gold. The other shore insect gold is the substance secreted by these origin bugs. It is a resource that has been nurtured in the depths of the ground for endless years. For the origin heaven ancestor, it has the effect of strengthening the origin of the other side, and the effect is too good. He had snatched a piece of the other side insect gold before, and he could not wait to snatch all the other side insect gold. It's a pity that his strength is not enough. After a long time, he still couldn't win this true insect realm, and his strength was difficult to improve for a long time. In addition, the last time he failed to attack Yuanxi upper realm, his confidence was also hit. Got to find help, the Lord of the White City said. He calculated that the true insect realm couldn't let the origin upper realm come, and he would not go to the Lord of Wind Fang and them. But in fact, if he is allowed to enter, he will not ask the Lord of Wind Fang and the others for help, otherwise he must allocate very few resources, and most of them must be attributed to the Lord of Wind Fang and the others. Find a few top origin central realm heavenly ancestors with good strength to help, enter the real insect world together, and distribute some of the resources found to them, it should be fine. And he has the right man. Like Lord Qingyan's strength is a little weak, not his goal. The Lord of True Lin's strength is not bad. Recently, his strength has improved a little, enough to rank in the top 10 of Fengya Island. I have a good relationship with him, so let's find him. The Lord of Gulan, his strength is also good, second only to him, he is also one. There is also the Infinite Lord, his strength is the most mysterious, but the strength displayed is very strong, maybe his strength is still higher than mine, he is also one. Subsequently, the Lord of Baidu went to the Lord of Junline, the Lord of Gulen, and the Lord of Endless. The three agreed without thinking. After all, the benefits of white gain, why don't they go? Certainly, they also have to keep it a secret and are not allowed to leak it out, otherwise other island owners will be uncomfortable. Outside Funya Island, a source of Hai area, the Lord of Baidu, the Lord of True Lin, the Lord of Gulen and the Lord of Endless came one by one. Lord of the White City, the Lord of the White Capital, Lord of the White City, Yi Tian and the Lord of True Lin and the Lord of Gulen shouted one after another. 3. I've said it before, and now I'll go to the real insect world. According to the original plan, I will get 10% of each of you, and the rest will belong to me. Do you have any opinions? Asked the master of the White Capital. No comment. Yi Tian, the Lord of Junline and the Lord of Gulen all agreed. Shish, they quickly shuttled to the real insect world. The true insect realm is still a bit far from here, and it has to pass through the Wusho Abyss. At the other end of the Wusho Abyss, the source Hai region is close to the middle of the land of the other side of eternity. 0. After, they were on their way from the bottom of the source of the Hai River, and they were also worried that they would be followed by the source. Soon after, they finally arrived at the entrance to the true insect world. It's here, the Lord of White Capital pointed to a hole in front of him and said. At this time, Yi Tian also sensed the fluctuation of space. Go in. The 4 origin ancestors directly broke into the real insect world. Not long after entering here, dense insects appeared, and the breath was very strong. But for them, these bugs are weak. Kill. The Lord of the White Capital and the other 4 all shot and killed these bugs easily. In an instant, all the other bugs escaped. And Yi Tian discovered that these insects were absorbed by the origin of the true insect world after they died. The bugs here should multiply very fast. If you kill a lot, you will breed a lot. Yi Tian guessed. Yeah, the Lord of the White City was distressed. I killed a lot of bugs, but after a period of time, they were born again. Those bugs that are comparable to the top origin realm, they tried their best to kill one, and after a long time, they will appear again. 1. We must kill them all in one go before we can completely occupy the true insect world and take away the resources here. Go directly to the core area of the true insect realm and kill all those origin realm bugs. Yi Tian urged. Go straight over. The Lord of the White Capital is also quite looking forward to the corpse. Chapter 2669 Hard Fight, Mysterious Space. Soon, Yi Tian and the Lord of the White Capital came to the core area of the true insect world. All around, a origin stage bug appeared, and the number was quite large. Of course, most of them are ordinary origin lower realm bugs, and their combat power is very weak, but there are still bugs that are comparable to origin middle realm, and this is what needs attention. Moreover, among them, there are several bugs that are comparable to the top origin middle realm, and even the Lord of the White City cannot compete with his own strength. Everyone, I will block those top origin middle stage bugs first, and you will kill the other origin middle stage worms first, and then help me. The Lord of the White Capital suggested. It is good, Yi Tian, they answered. Boom. Yi Tian and the others took action, and they all used the supreme technique of the other side to injure and even kill the origin middle realm bugs. When Yi Tian showed his strength, the Master of Junline, 420, and the Master of Gulen were also shocked. Because Yi Tian's strength is still above them. Other shore extermination technique. Yi Tian's top-notch attack on the other side was too terrifying, and he easily killed a single origin middle realm worm. And Yi Tian's top other side, the highest technique, made his speed too fast, and those origin middle realm bugs couldn't react at all, so they were killed by Yi Tian in seconds. As time went by, one after another primordial middle realm bug was killed. Gradually, there are fewer and fewer bugs in the middle realm of origin. Immediately after, Yi Tian and the others began to assist the Lord of White Capital to attack the top origin middle realm worms. The strength of these worms is not weaker than that of the Lord of Trulin and the Lord of Gulen. But Yi Tian and the others still have the advantage. As long as they spend time, they can still kill them. A period of time has passed, and these top origin and middle realm heavenly ancestors are about to be unable to bear it. Unexpected, these top primordial ancestors kept roaring, as if they were asking for help. Boom! The void in the distance tore apart, and a huge bug appeared. The aura of this bug is even more terrifying, even stronger than the Lord of the White Capital. Nearly invincible bugs in the middle of the origin. The face of the Lord of the White Capital changed. This level of strength is comparable to that of the Ice Rain Lord, who has not yet broken through, and is an invincible combat power at the level of the Origin Middle Realm. Just when the Lord of the White City and the others wanted to retreat, Yi Tian said, "Leave this bug to me." "Lord of the Endless, are you sure?" The Lord of the White Capital was surprised. With the strength that Yi Tian showed just now, it is not enough to deal with this bug. Confident, Yi Tian stretched out his hand and grabbed it, and the middle-class treasure spear bred in the source of the other shore appeared, exuding a terrifying breath of the treasure of the other side. Treasure from the other side of the medium. The Lord of the White Capital was very surprised. He did not expect Yi Tian to have such good things. With the middle-level treasure, Yi Tian's strength has naturally skyrocketed, and there is hope that he can stop this invincible bug in the middle realm of origin. Boom! Yi Tian rushed up and fought with this invincible worm in the origin middle realm. Seeing that Yi Tian can really compete with this worm, the Lord of the White Capital is very excited. "Let's kill other top origin middle realm bugs first, and then go to assist the Lord of Endless," said the Lord of Baidu. Time flies. The Lord of White Capital and the others were also working hard, and it took a long time to kill a top origin middle realm bug, and they were also injured a little. However, their pressure plummeted. After a while, they killed the other top origin middle realm bugs. At this time, only the invincible worm in the origin middle realm remained. "Help the Infinity Lord together," the Lord of the White City said. "They can only assist the Infinite Lord, and the real main force has to be the Infinite Lord. This battle has been fought for a long time, and it is also because of their hard work that they have injured the invincible bug in the origin middle realm again and again." After a full year of hard fighting in the primordial era, even Yi Tian's cloned body was severely damaged, which was how he managed to kill this invincible bug in the primordial middle realm. Moreover, in order to kill the opponent, Yi Tian's middle-level origin treasures were severely damaged, which made the Lord of White Capital feel very embarrassed. At this time, the Lord of Baidu said, "Lord of the Endless, this battle has damaged your middle-class origin treasure. I decided to give you another 20%, the Lord of the True Lin and the Lord of the Ancient Lin, do you have any opinions?" Quote, "How can the Lord of the True Lin and the Lord of Gulen have any opinions? If Yi Tian hadn't tried his best this time, they wouldn't have been able to kill this near-invincible bug in the origin middle realm. Yi Tian's credit is the greatest, they won't have an opinion." That's it. This time, the Lord of Baidu got 50%, the Lord of Endless got 30%, the Lord of Gulen got 10%, and the Lord of True Lin got 10%. "Everyone, hurry up and find the other side of the insect gold," the Lord of the White Capital urged. "It is good." Yi Tian, the Lord of Gulen and the Lord of Junline went to find the other side of insect gold. Without the interference of these origin stage bugs, their search went very smoothly without any trouble. With the passage of time, pieces of insect gold on the other side were found by Yi Tian and the others. In addition, there are many other resources. After a period of time, Yi Tian and the others organized everything here and began to allocate resources. According to the previously agreed ratio, they quickly divided up the resources. "Let's go. The main road of the White City. There's nothing good here, they've looked for it so many times, it's a waste of time to stay here." Then, they left one by one. However, not long after the Lord of White City left, Yi Tian's other cloned body came to the real insect world again. He suspects that there is another good place in the real insect world, and they have not found it. For example, he did not find the nest of the invincible insect in the primordial worm realm. The other party came out of a void, and where it was, they did not find it. In fact, the Lord of the White City and the others also tried their best to find it, but there was no clue, so 5.9 could only think that it was coming from a distance, and there was no such unknown space. But Yi Tian was ready to try again. Certainly, if he didn't search slowly by himself, he still wouldn't find it. He is going to copy the cloned body of a origin middle realm worm, and maybe he can sense the location of that special space. Copy. Yi Tian quickly copied the body of a origin middle realm worm. Immediately afterwards, he used the identity of this origin worm realm worm to copy the body to find the place in the true insect realm. He came to the place where the invincible insects appeared in the middle of the origin, and carefully sensed it. "Hey, I really feel it." Yi Tian followed the induction directly, breaking through the void and passing through. Wow, he came to an unknown and mysterious special space. Chapter 2670 Xuanian Giant City. Special Space. Yi Tian entered here and saw a blue lake. However, apart from him, there are no creatures here. This should be the lair of the invincible bug in the origin middle realm. When he entered this lake, he immediately felt a majestic energy pouring into his body, helping him to temper the body of the insect to replicate the body, so that the body could be continuously improved. What a powerful effect! No wonder that worm is so powerful, this treasure is the reason for his strength. Yi Tian didn't use this bug to copy his body for cultivation, he directly copied his real body copy body. Subsequently, his real body replica body is cultivated here. Yi Tian's true copy body is so powerful, but in this azure lake, his physical quality is also improving rapidly. And his source on the other side can also be improved through this cyan lake, and the effect is quite good. This lake is the biggest harvest this time, Yi Tian muttered. In the years that followed, he cultivated here, the origin of the other side gradually improved, and his physical quality also improved, as if there was no end. Before you know it, 100,000 primordial era 29 years have passed. At this time, Yi Tian's physical body has reached a certain limit, which is a bottleneck, and it is difficult to continue to improve. And this lake still has a lot of energy, but unfortunately he can't absorb it, unless he can break the limit. However, his origins on the other side can still be gradually improved. He has tested it, and his own origin has reached the level of 1.8 million. Such progress is not small. And because of this azure lake, he did not use those other side insect golds. These other worm golds are not as good as this azure lake, and they should be reserved for their son Yi Xingchen or the human race in the future. This day, the Lord of Ice Rain informed Yi Tian of one thing. Lord of Endless, Xuanian Pavilion in the middle of the world held a trade fair, you can go and have a look. According to my information, this trade fair is very grand. You have a lot of ruins god gold, which can be exchanged for a lot of wealth, so buying a treasure like the golden leaf of the source of the other shore, said the Lord of Ice Rain. About how long? Yi Tian asked. After 30 primeval epochs. The Lord of Ice and Rain. 30 years in the primordial era are not too long, but he also has a lot of treasures such as ruins god gold, and the lake that he obtained from the true insect realm. With his amazing wealth, he can definitely trade a lot of good things. At that time, he will be able to trade a treasure similar to the golden leaf of the source of the other side, so that his own rules of the source of the other side will improve rapidly. In that case, he would not be far away from the origin of Shock Upper Realm. At the same time, the Lord of Baidu, the Lord of True Lin, and the Lord of Gulan of Fengya Island have also been notified, and they are all ready to go to the trade fair in Xuanian Pavilion. As for the slightly weaker primordial middle realm heavenly ancestor, he has not been notified, and even in the past there was not enough capital to trade good things. Moreover, each faction is invited to a limited number of places. In a flash, 30 primeval eras have passed. In these 30 primordial eras, Yi Tian was also doing his best to collect resources to prepare for the upcoming trade fair. This day, the Lord of Windfang and the Lord of Ice Rain took Yi Tian and the others away from Windfang Island and headed to the Xuanian giant city in the middle, where the trade fair was held. Yi Tian has never penetrated into the central part. Although he has been to the central part before, he has also stopped at the Shao family's territory on the edge of the central part. Now, it is really entering the middle. Soon, they came to the huge city of Xuanian in the middle of the land of eternity. As soon as he entered here, Yi Tian sensed a lot of original middle realm heavenly ancestors, and they were all top-notch ones, and even a lot of origination upper realm. In the source of Haihei, the ancestors of the origin and upper realm are very rare. But in the middle, it is not uncommon, there are too many forces in the middle, and many forces have the origin of the ancestors. Even the Shao family on the fringes of the central region has a primordial ancestor, which shows how many ancestors there are in the central region. The trading currency of this fair is origin stone. The source stone of the other side is still very valuable in the eastern part of the land of the eternal other side, even a source stone of the other side is very precious. But here, the source stone on the other side is very common, and an ordinary source stone is equivalent to $1 for an ordinary person. Yi Tian doesn't have many other side originium stones, he is going to exchange for some other side originium stones. For example, Xuanian Pavilion and many forces have built branches here, and they can sell some items in exchange for the source stone of the other side, which is convenient for trading. Yi Tian came to Xuanian Pavilion, took out a lot of precious items, exchanged them one by one, and exchanged for a lot of other side source stones. Certainly, in this trade fair, there must also be an ancestor of the origin realm who will exchange things for things, so he did not exchange all the treasures on his body for the origin stone of the other side. The trade fair is mainly based on shops and various small auctions, and there are auction places everywhere. At this time, the Lord of Windfang and the Lord of Ice and Rain were separated from Yi Tian. It is not yet the time when the trade fair officially starts, and many major forces have not arrived, and the trade here is also a small fight. But even if it is a small fight, it does not mean that there is no good East 420 West transaction. Yi Tian wandered around and really found some good things in the trade. Somewhere in Xuanian Giant City, in an attic, a Origin Upper Realm heavenly ancestor took out a piece of cyan fruit. This fruit looks very ordinary, but the ancestors who recognized it exclaimed in surprise. The true origin fruit of the 9 realms. Yi Tian didn't know the true origin fruit of the 9 realms, which was obviously a resource that belonged to the middle part. But from the discussions of other origin realm heavenly ancestors, he also knew the value and usefulness of this resource. The true origin fruit of the 9 realms can temper the will of the origin realm. For the ancestors of the origin middle realm, the origin or the strong will of the origin can improve the success rate of impacting the origin upper realm. Like Yi Tian, the source of the other shore is already very powerful, reaching 1.8 million. However, his original will is not strong, and he has not even reached 1 million at present. The true origin fruit of the 9 realms can definitely easily increase his origin realm will to more than 1 million, and even has the effect of assisting in the impact of origin upper realm. The true origin fruit of the 9 realms is useful to me. He is ready to buy it. He is not the only one who can focus on the true origin fruit of the 9 realms, there are other origin realm heavenly ancestors as well. At this moment, the primordial upper realm holding the true origin fruit of the 9 realms asked many primordial ancestors to bid, and the one with the highest price won. Chapter 2671 Yuanzu Beast Skeleton. 2 million other shore origin stones. 3 million other shore origin stones. 3.2 million other shore origin stones. One of the ancestors of the origin and the beginning of the realm made his own offer. Sudden, a Genesis upper realm heavenly ancestor came and offered his own price, 3.8 million yuanshi from the other shore. 1. The Lord of the Bloody Night. Yi Tian frowned. He didn't have a good impression of this guy, even though he took over the Shao family quest, he also benefited from that quest. But the Lord of Blood Knight, for the sake of the Purple Ruins crystal on the other side, he probed his body and spied on him secretly. If it weren't for his lack of strength, he would have wanted to kill the opponent. 4 million other shore origin stones. Yi Tian also made an offer. The Lord of Blood Knight glanced at Yi Tian, and naturally recognized Yi Tian. However, he did not think that Yi Tian could compare with his financial resources. Soon, their asking price has risen to 5 million yuanshi on the other side, which is a bit high. If they continue to shout, it will not be worth it. Lord of Endless, give me a face, and you won't fight. The Lord of Blood Knight transmitted a voice to Yi Tian and said. Lord of the Bloody Night, if you don't have enough origin stones from the other side, you will quit, and what do you mean by letting me not fight? Yi Tian didn't have a voice transmission, and said it directly. These words made many Origin Realm Heavenly Ancestors look at the Lord of Blood Knight, but they did not dare to offend a Origin Upper Realm Heavenly Ancestor. Lord of the Endless, you. The Bloody Night Lord was annoyed. If I knew earlier, I should have killed Yi Tian secretly, and then checked Yi Tian to see if there was any other side Purple Ruins crystal on Yi Tian. Humph, he snorted coldly and left. And this 9 realms true origin fruit belongs to Yi Tian. After Yi Tian took out the source stone from the other side, he took away the true source fruit of the 9 realms. In the days that followed, Yi Tian also traded some good things that he needed, but he had yet to discover the treasures that could help him quickly break through the rules of the origin of the other side to the realm of 92%. After all, who would easily take out such precious resources? Those treasures are almost always exchanged for things, and it is only possible to see them when the trade fair officially starts. Now it's just some appetizers. This day, the ancestors of the origin realm have finally arrived, and the trade fair has officially started. At this time, many good things will also come out for trading. Yi Tian wandered around the Xuanian giant city, hoping to find the treasures he needed. There are all kinds of small auctions everywhere. He differentiated into a lot of small auctions, but the things sold in many auctions are not of low quality, mainly to improve the origin of the other side. Some can even improve the origin of the upper realm of origin, but for the middle realm of origin, it is wasteful to use, and the value is too high. Instead, he bought a few treasures that would help to improve the origin of the other side. If you buy it again, it will be in vain. Now he just wants to buy treasures that can help him break the realm of the origin rules of the other side. And he soon found it. A large auction, one by one is sitting here in the upper realm, and there are also a few heavenly ancestors in the middle realm. The auctions here are relatively high-end, and they are all going up to the realm to take out their treasures for auction or exchange for the treasures they need. At this time, a origin upper realm heavenly ancestor took out a skeleton. Some do not know this skeleton of the origin middle realm heavenly ancestor, and some don't care, thinking that at most it is the skeleton of the origin upper realm powerhouse, but in fact it is of little value. However, the primordial beginning upper realm was still recognized. This is a skeleton of the origin ancestor beast, but I don't know if there is still the origin. A source from the upper realm said. The origin upper realm heavenly ancestor who took out the skeleton of the origin ancestor said, "This is indeed a skeleton of the origin ancestor beast, and there is a small amount of origin in it. For ancestors, it's not very useful, but for 90% of the ancestors who are below the realm of the origin rules of the other side, this is a good thing. I also got it by accident, and now I exchange things for things, you can make any price. If I am satisfied if they do, they will open their mouths to trade with them." 1. Original beast skeleton. Yi Tian has also heard of the origin ancestor beast. This is a creature in the legends of the eternal beyond land. Its birth is comparable to the existence of the primordial upper realm, and it can absorb the origin of the eternal beyond land. Its whole body is full of treasures, and its bones also contain special origins. By understanding its origins, it can greatly improve the rules of the origin of the other side, and its value is unimaginable. It is too difficult to kill a origin ancestor beast. And Yuanzu beasts are too rare, there have not been many Yuanzu beasts since ancient times. Recently, the ancestral beast, and the overlord level of Yuanshi upper realm, all besieged, original upper realm, and finally besieged and killed it. It's been a long time since this matter has passed. I don't know how many millions of primordial era years have passed, and many materials of the ancestral beast have been used up. I didn't expect that such a piece of skeleton of the ancestral beast that contains the origin is still alive. Although there are not many sources, but the value is also very high. Subsequently, one by one, the ancestors of the origin realm quoted high prices, but none of them made the hearts of these ancestors in the upper realm. At this time, Yi Tian also made an offer. 80,000 pieces of ruins god gold. Yi Tian said. The 80,000 pieces of ruins god gold made the origin realm heavenly ancestor's heart moved, because the ruins god gold was really useful to him. He happened to condense a low-level treasure from the other side. If there are 80,000 pieces of ruins god gold, then it can be upgraded to a medium eternal treasure. Then, he didn't want to wait any longer, and said directly to Yi Tian, "This ancestor, I am willing to use this ancestral beast bone to trade with you for 80,000 pieces of ruins god gold." 1. Since Yi Tian was an incarnation, his cloned body immediately rushed over and completed the transaction with this origin upper realm heavenly ancestor. Did it? In this way, the ancestral skeleton of the ancestral beast fell into his hands. And Yi Tian is so rich and powerful, and has also attracted the attention of many ancestors of the original upper realm. Of course, they won't do anything, after all, Fengya Island is not vegetarian. Soon after, Yi Tian encountered another good thing, and its function is still on top of this ancestral skeleton, and it is also a treasure that can help improve the rules of the origin of the other side. This treasure is called by an ancestral tree fruit. In the middle of the land of the eternal other side, there is a divine tree called the other side ancestral tree. Every long period of time, a group of other side ancestral trees will be born, which are jointly occupied by the top overlord level forces in the middle. For a long time, few other ancestral trees have been left. This time, it was Yuanshi Shengjing Tianzu, one of the top hegemonic forces, who took out one, ready to exchange things for the treasures he needed. If no one came up with good things, then he would definitely not will trade. Chapter 2672 The Other Side of the Cold Gold. The originating ancestor who took out the ancestral tree fruit on the other side is the master of the cold star, and his strength is very top among the originating ancestors. Everyone, you should all know the value of the other shore ancestral tree fruit. Even if it is used by the ancestors who have reached the 93% realm, there is a chance to break through to the 94% realm. Moreover, the other side ancestral tree, if it also has the effect of tempering the flesh, it will greatly increase the strength of the flesh. 1. The Lord of Cold Stars introduced. At this time, some ancestors of the origin and upper realm are interested. Many ancestors of the origin and upper realm have not yet reached the 94% realm of the origin rules of the other side. At this time, the Lord of Cold Stars said again, "Every heavenly ancestor can quote your own price. If there are treasures you are interested in, I will trade them." If there are treasures that are of little value, no matter how much you sell them, I will not trade them. Of course, I also have treasures that I need, such as the other side of the cold gold. If I can come up with 1,000 yuan, I will directly trade. The other side of the cold gold, this thing is too rare, who has 1,000? A origin upper realm heavenly ancestor Tao. One by one, the 420 heavenly ancestors of the origin and upper realm shook their heads, but they couldn't come up with 1,000 pieces of other side cold gold, not even one piece, and there was no chance to find other heavenly ancestors of the origin and upper realm. At this time, the Lord of Ice and Rain is also here. After seeing the Lord of Frozen Rain, Yi Tian sent a message to ask, Lord of Frozen Rain, what kind of treasure is the cold gold on the other side, and what use is it for this Lord of Frost Stars? The Lord of Frozen Rain introduced, the other side of the cold metal is a very precious and rare material, which has little effect on other origin realm ancestors, but it is very important to the Lord of Cold Stars. According to the information I understand, Cold Stars the Master should be cultivating an ancestral body of the other side. He lacks some materials, and the other side of the cold gold is one of them. He has been collecting the other side of the cold gold, but still lacks such materials. Therefore, he will trade the other side of the cold gold here. Other shore origin ancestral body, what is this? Yi Tian wondered. The Lord of Frozen Rain said, the ancestral body of the other shore is the ancestor of the original upper realm. After the source of the other shore reaches a certain level, there is no way to continue to improve, and it is necessary to combine the source of the other shore with the physical body to cultivate a special ancestor of the other shore. This kind of origin ancestor CJFJ body of the other side is above the golden body of the other side, which will make the physical body extremely terrifying. If a top primordial ancestor encounters the primordial ancestor who condenses the origin ancestral body of the other side, even if you attack with all your strength, don't even try to break the opponent's body, the strength gap will be huge. It is so. Yi Tian understood. Lord of Frozen Rain, do you know where there is cold gold on the other side? Yi Tian asked. I don't know. The Lord of Frozen Rain shook his head. I don't need the other side's cold gold, and naturally I don't know where the other side's cold gold is. Even if I know, it is definitely not easy to obtain, otherwise the Lord of the Cold Star will go and grab the other side of the cold gold, already. The Lord of Frozen Rain did not know where the other side of the cold gold was, but Yi Tian did not give up. He kept inquiring in the Xuanian giant city, and even spent the source stone on the other side to buy information, and he really got a piece of news. A forbidden area in the source of Haihei, Jackdaw Deep, there is cold gold on the other side. Jackdaw Abyss is not as famous as the Wusho Abyss, because although the Wusho Abyss is dangerous, some areas are not so dangerous and even contain opportunities. Many origin stage heavenly ancestors on the origin Haihei have obtained from the Wugu Abyss without knowing how many resources, it can be described as countless. For those powerful origin heavenly ancestors, the Wusho Abyss is their treasure. The Jackdaw Deep is different. This is just a small place, a restricted area. The place is not big, but there is a terrifying creature living there, the Ice Crow. There are a lot of Ice Jays, and there are also 3 Ice Jays at the level of the overlords of the upper realm in Jackdaw Abyss. Even the Lord of the Cold Star would not dare to go in and seek death. Unless the Lord of Cold Stars has become the ancestral body of the other shore, and his strength has skyrocketed, he will dare to go in for a bit, but he can only deal with one extreme cold crow at the level of the overlord of the primordial upper realm, and he is still unable to compete with the 3 primordial realms. Overlord level Ice Dog. The strength of the origin upper realm can be roughly divided into weak, ordinary, strong, top, and overlord. The weak Yuan upper realm is very rare. It is the kind of Yuan upper realm who is promoted to the ordinary source rules and ordinary source, not the other side genius. Most of the limits of this origin realm are in the origination middle realm, and it is too difficult to become the origination upper realm. But there is still hope for them. Once they break through, they will be the weak upper origin realm, whose strength is comparable to the invincible powerhouse in the origin middle realm. The overlord of the origin upper realm is the level of the unsullied magic vine. After the top origin upper realm heavenly ancestor condenses the origin of the other side, he will also enter the level of overlord. Even in the middle of the eternal beyond land, powerhouses at the level of the origin upper realm overlords are extremely rare. No faction dares to venture into Jackdaw Abyss, desperately trying to find the other shore cold gold that is useless to them. Because of this, the Lord of the Cold Star has not yet collected the cold gold on the other side. I really have hope to get the other side of the cold gold. Yi Tian secretly said, the source of Haihei, The area near the western part of the Eternal Lands, which is very far from the Isle of Windfang. Jackdaw Deep is in this area. Yi Tian took some time to come here, just to enter Jackdaw Abyss. Soon, he found Jackdaw Abyss. Not long after he entered Jackdaw Abyss, he was beheaded by an extremely cold ice daw from the upper realm. However, he still sensed other ice crows. After, he copied an extreme ice crow at the peak of the origin middle realm, and let the extreme ice crow copy the body to sneak into the depths of Jackdaw Abyss, looking for the other side of cold gold. As predicted, he entered here as the ice crow and was not attacked. Deep in Jackdaw Deep, he sneaked into this place and sensed 3 extremely terrifying auras. These 3 extreme ice crows did not hide their auras at all, and they could sense their terrifying auras, and no one dared to approach them to disturb them. Look for the other side of the cold gold here. Yi Tian searched slowly. After a period of time, he finally found the other side of Hanjin. This is the other side of cold gold. Yi Tian looked at the white metal in his hand, exuding a cold atmosphere, and was very tough. After, he slowly looked for the other side of Hanjin. Since the other side of the cold gold here has not been taken away by other origin realm celestial ancestors, there are quite a few. After a period of time, he was considered to have collected 1,000 pieces of cold gold from the other side. Chapter 2673 Prepare to impact the origin of the upper realm. 1,000 pieces of cold gold from the other side are gathered, and you can trade with the Lord of Cold Stars. Yi Tian was excited. Although the auction of the Lord of Cold Stars has ended, but there is no transaction with anyone, he naturally has a chance. Subsequently, he hurried to the Xuanian giant city in the middle. After a period of time, he merged with the replica body of Xuanian giant city, and handed over 1,000 pieces of cold gold from the other side to the replica body. The Lord of the Cold Star, the Lord of Endless is here to visit and wants to trade with the Lord of the Cold Star. Yi Tian came to the residence of the Lord of Cold Stars in Xuanian giant city, and shouted. Trade what? The Lord of the Cold Star did not appear, only the voice came out. I trade the other side ancestral tree fruit of the Lord of the Cold Stars with the other side cold gold. Yi Tian opened his mouth. Wow, the Lord of the Cold Star appeared, looked at Yi Tian, and had some doubts. How many pieces of the other side cold gold do you have? Without 1,000 pieces of the other side cold gold, I can't trade the other side ancestral tree fruit, I can trade with other treasures. 1. Yi Tian looked around and said, can we go in and talk about it later? It is good. The Lord of the Cold Star invited Yi Tian to come over. After entering the residence of the Lord of Cold Stars, Yi Tian took out 1,000 pieces of cold gold from the other side. It's really the other side of the cold gold. The Lord of Cold Star was excited. 1,000 pieces of cold gold from the other side, he couldn't collect it himself, but Yi Tian actually had it. He was very curious, where did Yi Tian get the other side cold gold? However, he did not ask. Lord of Endless, are you going to use this 1,000 pieces of other side cold gold to trade my other side ancestral tree fruit? Asked the Lord of Cold Stars. Yes, Yi Tian nodded. Subsequently, the two completed the transaction. The Lord of Cold Stars didn't do anything to kill people and steal money. After all, this is the Xuanian giant city, and it is easy to be discovered when doing this kind of thing. Moreover, he is not short of an ancestral tree fruit on the other side, so he can't do this kind of thing. After the transaction was completed, Yi Tian was in a good mood. A piece of origin ancestor beast contains the skeleton of the origin, plus the other side ancestral tree fruit. After he returns, the other side origin rules will definitely improve greatly, and the other side origin will definitely easily break through to 2 million. At that time, he will be able to attack Yuanxi upper realm. In the years to come, Yi Tian traded some treasures again, and this trade fair is about to end. A palace in Xuanian giant city. There is a special transaction going on here, a transaction that only origin upper realm is eligible to enter. This time, a total of 13 original ancestral decrees have been released, please bid. Afterwards, a bid of Yuanxi Shangjing began to bid. The Lord of Windfang is also here, but he gave up after only bidding a few times. He couldn't bid on any origin ancestor order, and he could only watch the excitement. Finally, these 13 Yuan ancestor orders were auctioned off by 13 top Yuan upper realm. And after this auction ended, it also represented the end of the Xuanian giant city trade fair. From the beginning to the end, Yi Tian didn't know about this trade fair. Gone back, Yi Tian returned to Fengya Island with the Lord of Windfang and the Lord of Ice Rain. After returning, he immediately announced a retreat. After, he first refines the true origin fruit of the 9 realms. The true origin fruit of the 9 realms can increase the will of the origin realm, which can increase his will of the origin realm to more than 1 million, which is also helpful for the improvement of strength. Years go by. The true origin fruit of the 9 realms was gradually refined by Yi Tian, causing his origin realm will to skyrocket. After testing, his origin realm will has reached the level of 1.1 million. After, he only used the ancestral beast bones. In the eternal ruins God array, Yi Tian began to use this skeleton of the ancestral beast to comprehend the inner origin, so as to comprehend the rules of the origin of the other shore. His other shore origin rule realm has reached 91%, and this time, using this skeleton of the ancestral beast, he can definitely raise the other shore origin rule to the 90% realm. He has the hope of raising the source rule to the realm of 90%. After all, he has a lot of other side level ancestors, and the speed of comprehending the source rules of the other side is far faster than other origin and middle level ancestors. Other origin ancestors may only be able to use this piece of origin ancestor beast bones to improve the other side origin rules to the 92% realm, but he has a high probability of being able to improve to the 93% realm. Practice. Yi Tian comprehended silently, and the years passed slowly. After more than 30,000 years of the primordial era, he successfully used this ancestral skeleton to elevate the origin rules of the other shore to the realm of 92%. For flowers, with the breakthrough of the other side's source rules, his other side's source naturally also skyrocketed. The origin in the skeleton of the ancestral beast has not been exhausted, and there are still many, continue to comprehend. Yi Tian strives to use this ancestral skeleton to elevate the rules of the origin of the other shore to the realm of 90%. In this way, another 100,000 years of the primordial era passed. This day, this piece of origin ancestral beast's bones finally exhausted its origin, and at the last moment, he finally raised the other side origin rules to 90%. Fengya Island, the origin monument of the other shore. Yi Tian came here to test it out. Open black lens bracket 2.05 million close black lens bracket. After reaching the 2 million yuan, many resources are useless if you want to improve the source of the other side. 0. But, if he raises the rules of the source of the other side to 94%, the source of the other side will still improve a bit. At that time, when he breaks through to become the upper realm of origin, not only will the success rate increase a little, but the rate of surge in the origin of the other side will also increase. I still have an ancestral tree fruit from the other side, and I can eat it. There should be hope to raise the rule of the origin of the other side to 94%. Yi Tian thought to himself. Then, he continued to retreat, refining the other shore ancestral tree fruit. The energy contained in the other shore ancestral tree fruit is too terrifying, and the auxiliary comprehension effect of the other shore origin rules is also very high. For the next long years, he has been comprehending the rules of the origin of the other shore. 50,000 primordial era, 100,000 primordial era, 150,000 primordial era. Finally, in the 180,000th primordial era, Yi Tian used this ancestral tree fruit to raise the origin rule of the other shore to 94%. After, he tested his own origin, and it has already reached the level of 2.3 million. And, the physical body is the ultimate, the other side origin rules 90% of the realm, the other side origin is 2.3 million, the original state will reach 1.1 million, and many top other side supreme techniques have been created. It can be said that Yi Tian has reached the true pinnacle in the origin middle realm. He was about to hit the origin upper realm on Fengya Island, so he notified the Lord of Ice Rain and the others. The first time, the Lord of Wind Fang and the Lord of Ice Rain came to find Yi Tian to bury his corpse. Chapter 2674 Breakthrough, the Origin of the Upper Realm. Yi Tian's Palace. The Lord of Wind Fang and the Lord of Ice and Rain are sitting here. Lord of Endless, are you going to hit the origin upper realm? Asked the Lord of Wind Fang. Yes, Yi Tian said indifferently. I have nowhere to go now, so I am ready to hit the origin upper realm. How many rules do you have on the source of the other side, and how many are the sources on the other side? The Lord of Ice Rain asked. Yi Tian said. The other side's source rules are 90% of the realm, and the other side's source is 2.3 million. When the Lord of Wind Fang heard this, he was immediately surprised. The rate of improvement is so fast. At this time, the Lord of Ice Rain said again, even so, your chance of breaking through is only 50%. Under normal circumstances, the rules of the other side of the source break through to 92%, and if the source of the other side reaches 2 million, the probability of breaking through is about 10%. If the source of the other side of the 420 breaks through to the 93% realm, and the source of the other side is more than 2 million, there is about a 20% chance of breaking through to the upper realm of the source. Like Chen Yang, the source of the other side reaches 94% of the realm, the source of the other side is 2.3 million, and the complete golden body of the other side is condensed. If all other aspects reach the limit, there is about a 50% chance. A 50% chance is enough. Yi Tian said. The Lord of Frozen Rain reminded. Lord of Endless, the heavenly ancestor who hit the origin upper realm, if he fails, he will not be able to impact the origin upper realm for millions of years of the primordial era. Moreover, within 100 million years of the primordial era, the chance of breaking through will be very high. Decline. Only after a long period of time will the probability of breakthrough return to the 50% realm again. Your growth rate is very fast, and there is no need to hit the original upper realm so quickly. You must at least collect some treasures that can make the origin of the other side boil, so at least can make the breakthrough probability higher. There are very few resources that are helpful to Yuanxi middle realm impacting Yuanxi upper realm. Yuan whale oil is one kind. But what can have an effect on Yi Tian is at least the whale oil of the source black whale of the origin, and this source black whale is very rare, and it only appears when the source of the Black River is tidal, and usually sleeps at the bottom of the source of the Black River, can't find it at all. And the source black whale oil is very scarce, even if other forces have it, it is almost always not enough, and it has been used up long ago. The last time, at the Xuanian Giant City's trade fair, no one sold this resource. The Lord of the Wind Fang, the Lord of the Ice Rain, although I don't have the black whale oil in the middle origin realm, I am confident that I will succeed in the upper origin realm. Yi Tian said. At this time, the Lord of Wind Fang sighed and said, in the recent 10,000 years of the primordial era, several origins in the middle realm of Fengya Island have impacted the upper origin realm, and the resources that help to impact the upper origin realm are almost used up, otherwise it is possible. I'll give you one, now you can only rely on yourself. Thank you Lord of Wind Fang and Lord of Ice Rain for your concern, I have full confidence in breaking through. Yi Tian didn't say much. Subsequently, the Lord of Wind Fang and the Lord of Ice and Rain left. After, Yi Tian announced the retreat, and opened a large formation, not allowing any origin realm heavenly ancestor to spy on. Boom! Yi Tian tried to make his other shore origin boil with the rules of the origin of the other side, and then hit the origin of the origin. Time flies. After a long time, the source of the other shore boiled, but the degree of boiling was not enough, whether it could break through depends on the probability. Click! The source of the other side began to crack, and the signs of boiling were also silent. This is a breakthrough failure. Puff! Yi Tian vomited blood, and his whole body was cracked. This kind of injury is not light, but it will take some time to recover from the injury. However, the cracks in the source of the other side are difficult to heal, and at least hundreds of millions of primordial era are needed to fully recover. If it doesn't recover, even if millions of primordial era have passed, you can continue to impact the origin upper realm, and the chance of success will be very low. There may be treasures that restore the origin of the other side, but such treasures are too rare. With a 50% chance, I actually failed to break through, and there are some reasons for not paying attention. If he had prepared a little more resources to assist him, he might have succeeded. However, he didn't care. He directly annihilated this cloned body, re-replicated a new cloned body, and continued to impact the origin upper realm. For a long time, he has not worried about the probability of breakthrough, he just wants to have a deeper probability in the middle realm of origin. After breakthrough, the strength will be stronger. That's all. The new copy body was copied out, and he continued to impact the origin of the upper realm. This time, his luck was not so bad. Soon, his source on the other side is boiling faster and faster, and an incomparably huge phantom seems to be sitting cross-legged on the entire endless island. Boom! The source of the land of the other side of eternity came, and Yi Tian's phantom seemed to absorb the source of the land of the other side of eternity. Endless energy poured into his body, allowing his body to break through from the middle realm of origin to the upper realm of origin. Shish! One of the ancestors of the origin in the middle realm came over. The Lord of the Wind Fang, the Lord of the Ice Rain, the Lord of the Profound Caves, and the Lord of the Music of the Qin have all come here. At this moment, they were very excited when they saw the signs of Yi Tian's breakthrough. Lord of Endless, really broke through. The Lord of Frozen Rain was shocked. Recalling when Yi Tian just joined Fengya Island, it seems that it is not far from now. Unexpectedly, Yi Tian grew so fast. At this time, the Lord of the White Capital was hit hard. Last time, he failed to break through, but he did not expect Yi Tian to break through successfully, and it seemed to be very easy, without any waves. In his eyes, Yi Tian's growth process was too smooth, and the speed of growth made countless Origin Realm heavenly ancestors envious. This guy is simply a monster. Not only are the ancestors in the middle realm envious, but also the ancestors in the lower realm. One of the other side level geniuses who followed Yi Tian, the Lord of Tiandu, was called the first other side level genius in the Chaos Territory in 5.9, and he was also the first other side level genius in the entire eastern region. Now, he is only in the lower realm of Origin, and he is not too enchanting. In the lower realm of Fengya Island, he is not outstanding. As a result, the Infinity Lord who came at the same time as him has grown into one of the top existences on Fengya Island, and he can kill him countless times with a breath. When he thinks of this, he is not only envious, but also beaten to the point of no arrogance. Time passed slowly. After many years, Yi Tian's breakthrough vision finally passed. However, he is still in a stable state, and he has not left the border. However, the news of his breakthrough to become the upper realm of Origin was known to the few heavenly ancestors in the eastern realm. Chaos Domain. The Lord of Chaos knew the news and was immediately shocked. Chapter 2675 Origin Zushin. The Endless Lord has become the ancestor of the Origin upper realm. The Lord of Chaos still remembers the time when the Lord of Endless and a group of other level geniuses came to the Chaos Territory to participate in the other side talent competition, and later joined the Lord of Tiandu to Fengya Island. At that time, the Infinity Lord was only a bone transformation realm genius. Unexpectedly, not too long ago, the Endless Lord has become the Origin upper realm. There are quite a few geniuses on the other side of Fengya Island, but there are only a few Origin upper realm heavenly ancestors. As a member of Fengya Island, he naturally knew the difficulty of becoming the primordial upper realm. In order to break through the upper realm of Origin, he went to the central part for countless years, and as a result, he offended a huge force and made Fengya Island pay a great price, so that he was saved. In fact, he did not leave Fengya Island, but he was disheartened, and coupled with the secret injury to the source of the other side, he could not break through to the upper realm of the source, and then he returned to the Chaos realm. Now, the idea of becoming the Origin upper realm has been extinguished earlier. But knowing that the Infinite Lord broke through to become the upper realm of Origin, he was still extremely surprised and thought it was incredible. But, in the 72 regions in the eastern part of the entire Eternal Beyond land, very few know that Yi Tian has become the origin of the Origin, and they have no channel to know this information. After another period of time, Yi Tian finally stabilized his realm. When Yi Tian left the customs, the Lord of Wind Fang and the Lord of Ice Rain came over to congratulate him on becoming the Origin Supreme Heavenly Ancestor and the fifth originating Supreme Heavenly Ancestor of Fengya Island. Since then, Yi Tian's status is second only to the Lord of Wind Fang, and is almost the same as the Lord of Ice Rain. But, he was about to test his other side origin, but found that the other side origin monument on Fengya Island could not test his other side origin. So, he went to the Lord of Wind Fang to ask. The Lord of Wind Fang smiled and said, Lord of the Endless, that other side origin monument can only show the origin of the other side below 5 million, and your origin of the other side must be more than 5 million, so it is not displayed. Go, I will bring you go to another part of our Fengya Island. 1. The Lord of Wind Fang took Yi Tian to a special time and space on Fengya Island. They passed through layers of space-time formations and came to a mysterious island. This is the most important island of Fengya Island. Fengya Island, only 5 of us are qualified to enter. The Lord of Wind Fang said. It's here. Yi Tian saw the golden tree of the other side of Fengya Island, but there was no leaf on it, and it would take a long time to breed the golden leaf of the other side. He also saw a dark monument. Lord of Endless, this is the other side ancestral monument, which can test your other side origin. The Lord of Wind Fang introduced. If the origin of the other side reaches 10 million, it is the middle period of the other side. The other side reaches 10 million. If it is 30 million, it is the late stage of the origin of the other side. If the origin of the other side reaches 100 million, it is the peak of the upper realm of the origin. Those top powerhouses in the upper realm of the eternal other side have almost all reached the late stage of the origin of the other side. As for the origin upper realm overlords are almost all at the peak of the origin upper realm, and they have to master the origin ancestor body of the other shore. Yi Tian walked to this other side ancestral monument and began to test his own side. Soon, a number emerges. Open black lens bracket 6.99 million close black lens bracket. This data is very good, and it is not too far from the middle stage of the source of the other side. At this time, the Lord of Wind Fang said again, Lord of Endless, there are many inheritances here, you can browse carefully, and you will have a better understanding of the future cultivation of the ancestors of the origin. Tianzu, you can't just take the resources of Fengya Island. If you really want to get the resources, you can either replace them with other resources, or you have to negotiate. Otherwise, the resources will be exhausted by us long ago. Yi Tian also nodded and felt that this decision was normal. Lord of Endless, you can practice here. There is also a tree of the origin of the other side. If you practice there, your understanding will be improved a lot, which will help you to understand the rules of the origin of the other side. The Lord of Wind Fang said. It is good. Yi Tian then opened a palace near the source tree on the other side, and practiced here. After that, he went to the inheritance pavilion here to browse. Although there are not many inheritances here, they are all precious. They are all traded or collected by several origin upper realm, or the inheritance content left by themselves. Yi Tian studies day by day, and has a better understanding of the cultivation of the origin upper realm. Fengya Island doesn't seem to have the ancestral body method of the other shore. Yi Tian frowned. He went to ask the Lord of Wind Fang and got an answer. Lord of the Endless, Fengya Island does not have the ancestral method of the other shore, not only on the island of Fengya, but also the other top forces in the eternal other shore have no ancestral method. The power that really has the inheritance of the ancestral method of the other shore, only the 9 top hegemonic powers in the central part have inheritance. Powers like Xuanian Pavilion do not have the ancestral body method of the other side. The Lord of Wind Fang said. But there are also non-overlord level forces in the middle, but they have mastered the origin upper level overlord of the other side's original ancestor. Where did they get the inheritance of the other side's original ancestor? Yi Tian wondered. The Lord of Wind Fang revealed a secret. 420 This has something to do with the original ancestor mountain. Yuan Zushan is a very special place in the land of the other side of eternity. There are many ancestors of the other side. You can go there to take a chance with the ancestral decree, and you may hope to obtain a method of the ancestors of the other side, but can only accept inheritance, not pass it on. Quote. The original ancestral order. Yi Tian has never heard of this treasure, but also knows that it must be extremely difficult to obtain. At this time, the Lord of Wind Fang said again, the last Xuanian Giant City Fair, there were 13 origin ancestor orders auctioned, but unfortunately we couldn't compete on Fengya Island. From the conversation with the Lord of Wind Fang, he knew how difficult it was to obtain the ancestral body of the other side. When his cultivation base improves and his strength increases in the future, it will also be a troublesome thing to obtain the ancestral body method of the other shore. And, the origin upper realm that he came out of from a force like Fengya Island, the 9 top hegemonic forces in the middle would not want it. He wanted to obtain the inheritance of the origin and ancestors of the other shore from those 9 top hegemonic forces, right? Realistic. Now that Yi Tian also doesn't remember to seek the inheritance of the origin of the other shore. For him, it is now as much as possible to improve his cultivation base and improve his strength. This is the most important thing. Chapter 2676 Wusho Origin Wood. It is not easy for the ancestors of the origin and upper realm to improve their cultivation. They can improve the rules of the origin of the other side. Every time the realm is improved, the origin of the other side will skyrocket. However, it is too difficult to improve the original rules of the other side. For example, Yi Tian's other shore origin rule has reached the realm of 94%, but it is very difficult to raise it to the realm of 95%. This is because he has the other shore level ancestors, and it is many times easier to comprehend the origin rules of the other shore than other primordial ancestors. Did not make any progress. Many origin ancestors have spent a long time improving the origin of the other shore little by little. Just like 100 million primordial era can improve 100,000 yuan, and 10 billion primordial era, can it not be able to improve 10 million yuan, and sooner or later, it can be promoted to the middle or even late origin realm. Of course, if you encounter a bottleneck, it will be another matter. The resources that were useful to Yi Tian in the past are not very useful now. Without resources, the progress of the source of the other side is too slow, almost stagnant. Yi Tian practiced for a while and said with emotion. He doesn't want to rely on a lot of years to slowly improve the source of the other side, but he has to find an opportunity, or a treasure that helps to improve the source of the other side, so that the realm of the source of the other side can break through. In this way, his strength will skyrocket. This day, Yi Tian chatted with the Lord of Ice Rain to discuss resource issues. The Lord of Ice Rain said, Lord of the Endless, we also have several treasures on Fungya Island that will breed resources that will help us improve our cultivation, but it will take a long time to wait. Now, the resource treasures of the other side of eternity have been occupied. If you want resources, you have to snatch it, which is impossible. Yi Tian nodded and agreed with this statement. He chatted with the Lord of Ice Rain for a long time, and then went to chat with the Lord of Wind Fang. In addition to the inheritance of Wind Fang Island, he learned about the origin of many treasured resources. After some further investigation, I finally know which places have a lot of resources, but it is difficult to obtain them. His first goal is the Unsullied Abyss, and here are some helpful resources. It's just that he didn't know which resources were helpful to the primordial upper realm before, and he just passed by many places, and he didn't really investigate carefully. But now, he knows. Unsullied Abyss. Yi Tian came to the Wugu Ancient Ape clan. The Wusho Ancient Ape family belonged to the incomparably powerful clan among the Wugu Abyss creatures, and this clan had an overlord-level Wusho Ancient Ape. With Yi Tian's current strength, if he encounters the Wusho Ancient Ape overlord, he will be easily killed by the opponent. However, he did not provoke the Wugu Ancient Ape clan, but wanted to infiltrate the Wugu Ancient Ape clan and obtain a resource in the Wugu Ancient Ape clan's territory, Wugu Origin Wood. Wusho Origin Wood is a special piece of tree core cut from Wusho Origin Tree, also known as Wusho Origin Wood. From Wusho Origin Wood, a kind of Wusho Origin Wood liquid can be extracted, which helps the ancestors of the beginning in the upper realm elevated the origin of the other shore. The Wusho Origin Tree is also valuable to the Wusho Ancient Ape family, and it is definitely not easy to take away the Wusho Origin Tree. Come in first and then talk. Yi Tian first approached the Wugu Ancient Ape clan, and when he sensed that the Wugu Ancient Ape was approaching, he immediately shot and killed a large number of Wugu Ancient Apes, and even their bodies were smashed together. Boom! An incomparably terrifying innocent ancient ape descended, and he took out a long stick of a top source rule weapon in his hand. This source rule weapon should not be refined by it, but a weapon of a source realm ancestor, but it was obtained by it, and this became its weapon. I saw this innocent ape overlord directly smashed over with a long stick. The terrifying power far surpassed his imagination. Yi Tian resisted with all his strength, and his body was still smashed by a stick. I can't stop it. The strength of the overlord of the original upper realm is still far beyond my imagination. Yi Tian muttered. Subsequently, he started to copy a origin middle realm Wusho Ancient Ape that he saw, and then changed his breath a little, and then he mixed into the Wusho Ancient Ape clan. In this way, the Wugu Ancient Ape clan could not recognize Yi Tian, and they only thought that Yi Tian was a Wusho Ancient Ape who escaped from the previous battle, and the Wugu Abyss creatures did not have too much wisdom, so it is not easy to reveal the identity. Inside the Unsullied Ancient Ape clan, one after another, the Wusho Ancient Apes cultivated on the Wusho Origin trees. When he saw this scene, he was thinking about how to take away the Wusho Origin tree. First drive away the weaker Wusho Ancient Ape. I will occupy a Wusho Origin tree, and then secretly take the Wusho Origin tree. 1. Yi Tian thought of this method. Subsequently, he came to a Wugu Yuan tree and drove away the Wugu Ancient Ape who cultivated on it. Afterwards, he pretended to be cultivating, and actually began to dig out the Wusho Origin tree inside. Soon, he succeeded in digging, and was not stopped. It seems that this method is feasible. Yi Tian was excited. Soon, he took this piece of Wusho Origin wood and left here, and sent it to the hands of his own real body replica body. After that, he returned. In the years that followed, he used this method to obtain one after another of the Unsullied Origin tree. At the beginning, the amount of Wugu Origin wood he obtained was not too large, and it couldn't affect the Wugu Ancient Ape clan. However, he moved more and more Wusho Origin trees, which caused a lot of Wusho Ancient Apes, and they found that many Wusho Origin trees were scrapped and they were immediately angry. This day, the sky caught the overlord attention, and the other party directly made Yi Tian's inexorable power fan, which made him not allow it. Yi Tian knew that this cloned body was useless and could not easily take away the Wusho Origin tree. Okay, this time I have obtained more than 160 Wusho Origin trees. If the Lord of Frozen Rain knows, he will definitely be excited. Yi Tian secretly said. Subsequently, he returned to Fungya Island with so many Wusho Origin wood, and then slowly refined Wusho Origin wood liquid in his palace. Soon, some non-scale source wood sap was extracted. He began to use these Wusho Origin wood liquid to cultivate and improve his own origin. P.S. Ask for a monthly pass. Chapter 2677 Deal with Shadow Market again. Yi Tian absorbed these non-scaled source wood sap, and the speed of the source of the other side was indeed much faster than before, but it was not very fast. Sure enough, even if there is Wushuyuan wood sap, it is impossible to quickly upgrade the source of the other side in a short period of time. Yi Tian secretly said. However, with these Wushu origin wood liquid, his other shore origin will still improve a lot. After a period of time, Yi Tian refined more than 160 Wushu origin wood, and extracted all the Wushu origin wood liquid. After that, he tried to copy the Wugu ancient ape to copy the body, and mixed into the Wugu ancient ape clan, but every time he was discovered, he couldn't get much Wugu source wood at all. After these Wushu origin wood sap is exhausted, he has to look for resources again, and he cannot count on these Wushu origin wood sap. Years and years have passed. Before you know it, another 100,000 primordial era passed. It took Yi Tian these years to completely refine all the Wushu origin wood liquid. He tested it and found that the source of the other side has reached more than 8.5 million, which has improved a lot, but it is still far from the 10 million source of the other side in the middle stage of Yuanxi upper realm. And in a short time, he is not going to continue to look for resources. He is going to do another thing, that is to deal with shadow market. Last time, he allowed him to enter the shadow market. Although the faction of the shadow market suffered heavy losses, it did not damage the true foundation of the shadow market. The real foundation of the shadow market is the origin upper realm heavenly ancestors and the few origin middle realm heavenly ancestors who have the hope of breaking through to the origin upper realm. As long as these few are fine, the shadow market will not be hurt move bones. Shadow market killed a lot of human race's bone transformation realm heavenly ancestor, so he wouldn't let it go. He is the master of the revenge, and the last time it was just a small revenge. Now, he has become the ancestor of the origin and upper realm. With enough strength, he naturally wants to continue to take revenge on the shadow market. According to his understanding, the strength of the three origin upper realm in shadow market is not too strong, and the most powerful one is only in the middle origin upper realm cultivation base, and there is not even a late origin upper realm cultivation base. But, the shadow market is located in the shadow market. The origin of the eternal beyond land enters the shadow market, and its strength will be suppressed. This is the reason why Funya Island and other forces dare not invade the shadow market. But Yi Tian has a way to deal with shadow market. Shadow market, east. At this time, the strongest origin central realm sitting in the eastern part is the lord of the spiral teeth of the shadow market, and his strength is quite good. If you compare it in terms of strength, it is probably equivalent to the strength of the lord of Qingyan. After Yi Tian came to the shadow ruins, he came to the eastern part of the shadow ruins. He first wanted to destroy the eastern part of the shadow ruins. But, he will not destroy this branch with his real body copying his body, but will destroy the eastern branch of the shadow ruins with the Lord of Juing of Longhe. Zhu Ying's cultivation base is not high, and the origin of the other side is not as good as him. Therefore, Yi Tian is able to replicate Zhu Ying's body. Moreover, he had seen Zhu Ying once, so he could copy his body. All conditions are met, so, Yi Tian started to copy Zhu Ying's body. Soon, Zhu Ying successfully replicated his body. Although it is an unfamiliar copy body, the top other side of the highest technique can be displayed, and the realm of the other side's source rules can also be used to the realm of 94%. It's just that there is no treasure on the other side, and the strength of the body is not as good as that of the real body. However, he can still exert a very powerful strength, and in the ruins of shadows, his strength will not be restricted. The eastern part of the shadow market. The Lord of the Tooth is retreating and practicing, regardless of external trivial matters. And many things that happened before the primordial era have long been forgotten by the Lord of Spiral Teeth, and they would not think that Longhe would dare to invade them again. After all, both sides had negotiated a truce agreement. Although the relationship is still not very good, there will be no more battles between Longhe and Shadow Market. But right now, a terrifying big hand rolled towards the entire eastern part of the Shadow Market. Buzzing, a seat lock CJFJ array was automatically activated, trying to resist the big hand. However, crack, the formations shattered, unable to stop the big hand at all. At this time, the ancestors of the origin realm were terrified. They recognized that the breath of this big hand came from an existence in the origin upper realm. Do not, a origin heavenly ancestor shouted desperately. Bang bang bang, a statue of the origin heavenly ancestor was crushed and turned into powder. In an instant, the entire eastern division was shattered, and only a few of the origin central realm survived. And they first fell in love with the Shadow Market headquarters and began to flee. As for fighting desperately with Yuanxi upper realm, they are not stupid. But even if they run away directly, there is no hope of surviving. After all, they are too weak, how can they resist Yi Tian? Puff puff. Several people in the Origin Middle Realm didn't have time to escape, but Yi Tian held a long spear, easily penetrated his body, and killed him in seconds. Even the Lord of the Spiral Teeth did not escape, but he still knew who started and passed the news. The Lord of Juing. He was extremely angry. I don't understand why the Lord Juing, who had signed an agreement to no longer fight against the shadow market, violated the agreement and destroyed the eastern part of the shadow market. What is the benefit to Longhe in this way? If the two sides fight, Longhe will also suffer heavy losses, and everyone will die together at most. However, he had no chance to think. Yi Tian killed it with one blow, leaving no trace. So far, this eastern part has been completely destroyed. Subsequently, Yi Tian left here directly, and did not scrape the resources. It's just a branch, and there won't be many good things, and he doesn't like this thing now. After, Yi Tian just hid and waited for things to develop. Shadow Market. The master of the movie case learned about the affairs of the Eastern Division at the first time, and rushed over as soon as possible. However, when he came over, it was still a step too late. The Lord of Juing, the master of the shadow case, was extremely angry, and he wished he could immediately enter Longhe, but it is impossible to destroy the master of Longhe and Juing by himself. If he was besieged by the three ancestors of Longhe, he is also in danger. Then, he returned to the headquarters of the Shadow Market, preparing to discuss with the other two heavenly ancestors in the Shadow Market to see how to deal with it and take revenge on Longhe. Soon, the other two heavenly ancestors of the Origin and Upper Realm are here. The other two heavenly ancestors of the Shadow Ruins are the Lord of Xuanian and the Lord of Taihei. These two upper origins also know the information at this time, and they are also very angry. In one branch, so many origin realms were completely destroyed, which caused the Shadow Market to suffer extremely heavy losses. Chapter 2678 Destroy the Shadow Market Headquarters. The master of the movie case, Longhe must declare war. 1 inch. The Lord of Xuanian said angrily. That's for sure. The master of the shadow case nodded. Subsequently, they decided to call back the ancestors of the origin realm from other branches, so that other branches would not be affected. Soon, one after another, the ancestors of the primordial realm returned to the headquarters of the Shadow Market from all over the Shadow Market, and the ancestors of the entire Shadow Market gathered together, and under the leadership of the three ancestors of the primordial realm, they attacked directly. A place to kill the Dragon River, a treasure. There was hardly any chance for negotiation. Yingshu and Longhe killed again. The three origin ancestors of the Shadow Market and the three origin ancestors of Longhe fought. Just fought. The master of the movie case and the master of Juing directly scolded each other. Master of the shadow case, you are so shameless, you directly attacked our Dragon River's treasure land and killed our Dragon River's original ancestor. Lord Juing roared. And this scene, in the eyes of the master of the movie case, is a complete blow. Immediately, the master of the shadow case roared. Lord Juing, the real shameless one is you. We have signed an agreement, and as a result, you directly destroyed the eastern part of our shadow market, and hundreds of primordial ancestors were killed by you. Killed, you still call me shameless? You insult me. While the master of Juing was stunned, he also thought that the master of the shadow case was slandering him. Boom, the two sides are fighting together, and there is absolutely no way to make sense. Dragon River and Shadow Market's origin and upper realm heavenly ancestors have fought each other. Now, there should only be a few origin heavenly ancestors in the Shadow Market headquarters, and the magic circle has been opened. It definitely can't stop me. 1. Then, he still went to the Shadow Market headquarters with the cloned body of Lord Juing. Soon, he came to the Shadow Market headquarters and saw that the Shadow Market headquarters had opened a number of magic circles. These were all magic circles opened by the primordial upper realm. Without the strength of the primordial upper realm, it could not be broken at all. Moreover, it cannot be broken in an instant, and it will take a little time. Boom! Yi Tian used the supreme technique of the other side's annihilation technique, to attack the magic circle. Click! A magic circle cracked, but not broken. At this time, the head of Qinghe, who was in charge of guarding at the Shadow Market headquarters, stepped outside and saw the head of Juing, and his face changed drastically. Therefore, he immediately passed the information to the master of the movie case. On the other side, the master of the movie case who was fighting with the master of Juing received a summons from the master of Qinghe. The master of the shadow case, the master of Juing is attacking us outside our shadow market circle. Knowing this information, the master of the movie case was stunned. Isn't the Lord of Juing fighting with him? How could he invade the headquarters of Shadow Market? The first thing he thought of was not someone pretending to be the Lord of Juing, but another possibility. Separate. It is very difficult for Yuanxi Upper Realm to condense a clone. However, it is not without hope. If you obtain some extremely rare treasures, there is still hope to refine a clone whose strength is comparable to that of the primordial Upper Realm. Perhaps, the Lord of Juing possessed such a treasure and refined a clone. Lord Juing, no wonder you dare to invade our Shadow Market headquarters. It turns out that you have obtained a clone, which is equivalent to your Longhei owning 4 Origin Supreme Heavenly Ancestors, thinking that your strength will crush our Shadow Market, then invade us well. The master of the movie was furious. And the Lord of Juing is very confused. What avatar? He doesn't understand at all. The master of the movie case didn't say much, and when he saw that the master of Juing didn't say anything, he thought his guess was right. The avatars of the Lord of Xuanian, the Lord of Taihei, and the Lord of Juing have invaded our headquarters. We must return. The master of the shadow case sent a message to the master of Xuanian and the master of Taihei. It is good. When the Lord of Xuanian and the Lord of Taihei knew about it, they were ready to retreat. But they wanted to retreat, and Longhei naturally didn't want to let them go after being invaded, and the loss was not small. This made it impossible for them to quickly withdraw to the Shadow Market headquarters. Shadow Market headquarters. Yi Tian broke through one formation after another. Gradually, the formations were broken open, and some of the Origin Realm Heavenly Ancestors who were maintaining the formations were directly shaken and shattered to death. The masters of the Shadow Case haven't come back yet. Our Shadow Market headquarters is finished. The Lord of Qinghai was desperate. Boom! The last layer of the magic circle was torn apart. Immediately after, Yi Tian came in. Puff puff puff. One Origin Heavenly Ancestor was killed by Yi Tian at will, and even the Origin Heavenly Ancestor couldn't hold back a finger. Ask for flowers. The Lord of Qinghai wanted to escape, but was instantly beheaded by the other side's annihilation technique. In a short while, the Origin realm of the entire Shadow Market headquarters was wiped out. Subsequently, Yi Tian began to collect the resources of the Shadow Market headquarters, especially the resources in the core treasure house, and he took them all. There is also the Blood Cave Magic Vine. This thing cannot be left, otherwise the Shadow Market will invade the eastern part of the eternal other side in the future, hunting those ancestors of the bone transformation. Then, Yi Tian started to attack the Blood Cave vines. Boom! The vines of the Blood Cave Demon Vine are resisting, but it is meaningless. It can't even beat the normal Origin Upper Realm. How can it beat Yi Tian? Kill. One after another, the light of the other side's annihilation technique pierced through its vines and pierced its body. Suddenly, Yi Tian found out that the Blood Cave Magic Vine had bred a kind of blood-colored vine fluid, which seemed to be a good thing. Then, Yi Tian quickly beheaded the Blood Cave Magic Vine, took away the Blood Cave Magic Vine liquid in his body, and even took all the vine liquid from the root system, leaving nothing behind. Soon, the Blood Cave Magic Vine was completely withered, and was directly smashed by Yi Tian, leaving no trace. So far, the Blood Cave Magic Vine has disappeared again. Walk. Yi Tian left here. This time, he killed so many Origin Realm Heavenly Ancestors in the Shadow Market, destroyed their headquarters, took away the treasure house resources, and destroyed the Blood Cave Magic Vines, which is already a fierce revenge. As for killing the master of the Shadow Case, their strength is a little bit worse now. His real body copy body is definitely stronger than the masters of the Shadow Case, but his strength is suppressed in the Shadow Ruins, and it is a bit difficult to kill the 3 of them. When his strength improves a little, he will kill them again. Soon after, the masters of the Shadow Case came back, and they were furious when they saw the broken Shadow Market headquarters. Moreover, the treasure house was robbed, the Blood Cave Magic Vine was destroyed, and the efforts of Shadow Market were destroyed. As a result, the remaining ancestors of the Origin Realm in the Shadow Market went crazy. In the long years to come, they continued to assassinate and attack Longhei, making Longhei miserable. The point is, this is not what they did. The Lord of Juing even came out to explain, but it was of no use. Yingshu didn't believe it. Corpse. Chapter 2679 Mixed Ruins Qingye. Tooth Island. Yi Tian was in a very good mood. This time, not only did the Shadow Market suffer heavy losses, but also destroyed their headquarters, causing a large number of casualties to the Origin Realm Heavenly Ancestor, and it was impossible to recover for endless years. When Shadow Market regained some of his strength, at that time he had already surpassed Shadow Market and could directly kill the 3 originating ancestors of Shadow Market. I got some resources from Shadow Market this time, some of which can help me a little bit. I can improve the source of the other side, and the Blood Cave Magic Vine Liquid, try the effect. Yi Tian swallowed some Blood Cave Magic Vine Liquid in one mouthful and slowly refined it. At this time, he found that the Blood Cave Magic Vine Liquid has the effect of increasing the source of the other side, and the effect is quite good. If the 3 primordial ancestors of the Shadow Market take out the Magic Vine Liquid from the Blood Cave and refine them all, they will still be able to improve some of the origin of the other side and increase some strength. 437. Of course, Yi Tian also knew that it was impossible for them to do so. Once this is done, the Blood Cave Vine is abolished. And the Blood Cave Magic Vine will give birth to a Blood Cave Magic Fruit every 100 million primeval era years. The origin of the upper realm greatly increases the strength of the Shadow Market. Such a precious thing, they are reluctant to give up. But now, the Blood Cave Magic Vine Liquid is cheaper than Yi Tian. In the following years, Yi Tian worked hard to refine the resources obtained from the Shadow Market, and also refined those Blood Cave Magic Vines, and his source on the other side was gradually increasing. Unconsciously, Yi Tian's origin is getting closer and closer to 10 million. Gradually, hundreds of thousands of primordial era years passed. This day, Yi Tian's cultivation has broken through and has reached the middle stage of the upper realm of origin, which also means that his origin on the other side has reached more than 10 million. Subsequently, he went to test it himself, and sure enough, it exceeded 10 million, but it was only just beginning. When the cultivation base reaches the middle stage of the upper realm of origin, his strength has naturally improved a little, but the improvement is limited, and it has not reached the kind of qualitative change. However, in terms of combat power, he is currently considered to have reached the strength of the powerful primordial upper realm, and has not yet reached the top primordial upper realm combat power. Of course, compared with the Lord of Wind Fang, he should still be slightly worse. But even the Lord of Wind Fang has not reached the top origin upper realm combat power. The source of Haihei, Kowloon Seamount. This is a treasure land of the source Haihei, and it is also a very dangerous place. 9 Dragons Sea Mountain has 9 green-scaled dragons, and each green-scaled dragon has the strength of a powerful origin supreme heavenly ancestor. With such a terrifying strength, even Fengya Island Yi is far from an opponent. The green-scale dragon occupies a very rare resource, the Mixed Ruins Green Tree. This kind of Mixed Ruins Green Tree helps to understand the other side's origin rules. If the Mixed Ruins Green Tree is extracted into the Mixed Ruins Green Liquid, the effect is countless times better, and it can even be of great help to 94% of the other side's source rules. Because of this, many ancestors in the upper realm of origin want to obtain the Green Tree of the Mixed Ruins. It is a pity that the Green Scale Dragon is too powerful, and the 9 Green Scale Dragons can even compete with the top origin Supreme Heavenly Ancestor when they join forces. In addition, the Azure Scale Dragon occupies the 9 Dragons Sea Mountain, where it suppresses the strength of the outside world's origin and upper realm, which is a local advantage for them. Certainly, the origin upper realm overlord can easily kill them, but there is no need for that. The Mixed Ruins Green Tree is useless to those origin upper realm overlords, and they will not do this. As a result, these 9 blue-scaled dragons have been occupying the 9 Dragons Sea Mountain like this. Yi Tian came to Julong Haishan after learning the information of the Mixed Ruins Green Tree. The 9 Dragons Sea Mountain is just the 9 blue-scaled dragons. I can't copy other creatures and mix them in. This method is useless. Yi Tian pondered for a long time. He is not going to inform the Lord of Wind Fang and the others. The Lord of Wind Fang and the others are here, and they cannot help him, nor dare to follow him to fight against the 9 green-scale dragons. In short, this matter can only rely on him. Soon, he thought of a way, that is to forcefully fight against the 9 green-scale dragons. In terms of strength, he is indeed weaker. However, he has a replica body. He can completely let his duplicate body fight against these blue-scale dragons, constantly consuming their power, and then duplicate his own body, and then fight against these blue-scale dragons. Over time, these Qinglan dragons will definitely be injured, gradually collapse, and be killed by him. At that time, he can snatch the green tree in the ruins. This method is feasible, and this method is used. Soon, Yi Tian's 5 cloned bodies entered the 9 Dragons Sea Mountain. Boom! 9 green-scale dragons appeared, and the breath locked Yi Tian. However, they were still a little surprised. They found that Yi Tian's 5 duplicate bodies were exactly the same. They thought they were wrong at first, but after a closer look, it was indeed the same 5 duplicate bodies. They thought it was the secret technique of a origin upper realm heavenly ancestor, but they didn't take it too seriously. But with Yi Tian's shot, the battle began, and they discovered that the 5 cloned bodies were all real, and their strengths were exactly the same. Boom! The battle is on. Yi Tian was directly copied by this 9 green-scaled Ding, whose copy too was desperately trying to burn the source, trying his best to urge the Anchor Treasure and Shibayan Supreme Technique, just to cause a little damage to the 9 green-scale dragons. Soon, one of Yi Tian's cloned bodies fell, but it did cause damage to one of the blue-scale dragons. Soon after, Yi Tian copied 5 more copies and attacked these blue-scale dragons again. In this way, every once in a while, Yi Tian came to attack the blue-scale dragon, causing the injuries of the other blue-scale dragon to become more and more serious. After a period of time, one of the blue-scaled dragons died in Yi Tian's hands. Afterwards, Yi Tian used the same method to deal with his 5.9 other green-scaled dragon. Years go by. These blue-scale dragons were completely collapsed by Yi Tian, so they were killed by Yi Tian one by one. At last, all 9 green-scale dragons fell and died. Finally killed these 9 green-scale dragons. Yi Tian breathed a sigh of relief. After that, he came to the green tree in the mixed ruins guarded by the 9 green-scale dragons. He directly put the mixed ruins in front of the green tree, and then took it away. He doesn't want to stay here. If he is seen by other Foss's origin upper realm, it will be a little troublesome. Soon, Yi Tian took this mixed ruins green tree away and brought it to Fengya Island. After arriving at Fengya Island, Yi Tian began to refine the mixed ruins green tree. As time passed, drop by drop of the mixed ruins green liquid was refined. Chapter 2680 95% of the source rules of the other shore. After a long time, the entire mixed ruins green tree was extracted. And this green tree of mixed ruins is equivalent to being scrapped, completely useless. Next, Yi Tian built another Eternal Ruins Divine Formation. Even if the Eternal Ruins Divine Formation didn't help him much, if he used the mixed ruins green liquid, the effect would definitely be very good. This time, Yi Tian's goal is not high, that is, to use these mixed ruins blue liquid to comprehend the rules of the other side's origin to 95% of the realm. Gollum, Yi Tian took a sip of the mixed ruins Qingye and began to comprehend the rules of the origin of the other shore. The effect is really good, no wonder that primordial origin upper realm has always wanted to beat the green tree in the ruins. If they find that the green tree in the ruins is gone, I'm afraid they will be very surprised. Yi Tian said with a smile. When Yi Tian was comprehending the rules of cultivating the origin of the other shore, some origin ancestors in the central part united and came to Julong Haishan. Kowloon Seamount. 13 ancestors of the origin upper realm have come, one of them is the Lord of Blood Knight. They all have the top origin upper realm combat power, and they finally joined forces to cooperate and prepare to deal with the Azure Scale Dragon of the 9 Dragons Sea Mountain. In addition, they also prepared a lot of trump cards and a big killer 29, there is hope to kill the blue scale dragon, even if they can't kill it, they can think of a way. They didn't snatch the mixed ruins green tree for themselves. If it was just for themselves, after so many origin upper realm heavenly ancestors, there wouldn't be much mixed ruins green liquid, and it would not help them much. They chose to join forces mainly for the sake of their younger generation. However, when they came to Julong Haishan, they were dumbfounded. What about the blue scale dragon? They only saw the traces of the battle, as well as the fragments of the corpse of the blue-scaled dragon, proving that a great war broke out here. However, the breath was wiped away, the time and space were wiped away, and they could not see the past time and space, and could not know what happened here. There are no green trees in the ruins. The Lord of Blood Knight frowned. They were still late, and there must be other origin upper realm heavenly ancestors who came here, perhaps a lot, and joined forces to kill these blue-scaled dragons. They wouldn't think that the overlord of the primordial upper realm was interested in killing the blue-scaled dragon, it could only be done by a group of top primordial upper realm heavenly ancestors like them. But there are not many top origin upper realm heavenly ancestors in the middle. If other top origin upper realm heavenly ancestors have actions, they should know about it. However, they hadn't actually heard of it. The green trees in the ruins were gone, and their temporary team had to be disbanded. And who took away the green tree in the ruins has become a mystery. Tooth Island. Years and years have passed. Yi Tian has been comprehending the other shore origin rules, and after consuming a large amount of mixed ruins blue liquid, his high shore origin rules showed signs of breaking through. When Yi Tian comprehended the rules of the origin of the other side, he suddenly broke the shackles, the power of the rules of the other side broke out, and the origin of the other side was also skyrocketing. He knew that his origin on the other side had broken through from the realm of 94% to the realm of 95%. Finally broke through. Yi Tian is extremely excited. After the other shore origin rule reaches the 94% realm, it is extremely difficult to go further. Just like the Lord of Frozen Rain, the source rules of the other side are only 94% of the realm, and he has already surpassed them. Even the Master of the Cave and the Master of the Sound of the Windtooth Island, the other side origin rules seem to be only 94% of the realm, and only the other side origin rule of the Windtooth Master has reached the 95% realm. As for the 90% or 60% of the origin rules of the other side, there is currently no one in the upper realm of the origin on Fengya Island who has reached this level. After, Yi Tian went to test the source of the other shore. 16,205. This means that Yi Tian's source of the other side has skyrocketed by nearly 6 million, and this is only to raise the realm of the rules of the source of the other side by 1 point. If I directly raise the origin rule of the other shore to the 97th realm, I should directly break through to the late origin realm. Yi Tian reckoned. But wanting to raise the rules of the origin of the other shore to 90% of the realm, the difficulty is too terrifying, even more difficult than becoming the peak of the origin realm. The cultivation base of the peak of the origin realm can still be improved by slowly and painstakingly cultivated over a long period of time and improved step by step. But the source rules of the other side reach the realm of 90%, which is not something that can be achieved by hard work. This time, the source of the other shore skyrocketed. Yi Tian was in a good mood. He is going to look for some more resources to improve his origins on the other side. But there are very few resources that help him in the source Haihei, and there are not many opportunities like the mixed ruins Qingye. However, there are many such opportunities in the central region, but it is easy to offend the hegemonic forces in the central region. Once offended the overlord-level forces, even Fengya Island will be involved. Normally, no one would dare to do this. I can go to the central part to grab resources, as long as I don't use my identity. 1. Yi Tian thought of a person's identity, that is the Lord of Blood Night. He is in conflict with the Lord of the Bloody Night, and he can completely frame the Lord of the Bloody Night. At that time, when people are looking for trouble, they are also looking for the Lord of Blood Night, but they will not look for him. That's a great way. Then, Yi Tian dispatched a cloned body to the central part to inquire about the information in the central part. 437 in the middle. Blue Fang Giant City. Yi Tian came here, lived here temporarily, and then inquired about the news through Xuanian Pavilion and bought some information, so as to understand the distribution of some resources. Many origin ancestors will buy this kind of information, and it will not attract attention. Gradually, Yi Tian knew where there were treasure resources that were of great use to the origin upper realm heavenly ancestor. After some choices, he decided to go to Zhonghaiyuan. Zhonghaiyuan is a treasure in the middle of the land of eternity. Except for the members of Tianai Mountain and Chaoshan Holy Mountain, other members are not allowed to enter Zhonghaiyuan to find opportunities. Certainly, Zhonghaiyuan is also more dangerous. Even the top origin and upper realm heavenly ancestors are at risk of falling. The cultivation level of the Lord of Blood Night is not too high, but the other side's source rules have been comprehended to 96% of the realm, and in addition, he has also created a lot of top other side's supreme skills, and the combat power can reach the top source of the upper realm. Heavenly Ancestor's combat power. I should be able to copy his body, but I just can't use his combat power. Yi Tian thought to himself. Subsequently, he tried to replicate it, and it worked. Immediately afterwards, Yi Tian sneaked into Zhonghaiyuan as the Lord of Bloody Night.